All right, real quick, I want to thank Bill Self, coach from Kansas, Tom Izzo, Michigan State, Bernie Fine from Syracuse, Sean Sutton, Oklahoma State, Clark Kellogg from CBS, Seth Greenberg from Virginia Tech, Paul Hewitt, Georgia
Michigan
Tech, Frank
State.
Hay. Oh, yeah. Dick Vitale, Steve Lavin, Phil Martelli from St. Joe's. Yeah, we had
Yeah, baby!
We were wall to wall, and I apologize to Neil and the Neelies.
Take all the time you want. Listen, at least I'm getting on before 11:30 anyway.
Yeah, and can I thank my friend Rob Cowan, who came down from New York to do this show.
Thank you, everybody.
And Rob knows all these guys.
Thank Dan Le Batard, too, for being such a jerk. I'm hearing stories about that, man. You talk about living in a dream world. I just want to give you an analogy, okay? Dan Le Batard ripping into Jim Mandich would be like Dave Van Boring ripping Mel Allen.
You know what?
It would be like Geldy ripping Joe Bowen.
When all's said and done, Neil, I make Mandich 5-1 over him in the ratings.
5-1.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
He'll have 8-1. Jim will have at least a 5.5 to a 6 share, and he will have a 1.2.
No, 1. They're never going to. Dan Le Batard's going to have a 1 in his dreams, man. About a 0.8. Take it to the bank. Get the morning line on it.
Okay. I won't bet against the Mad Dog.
Keep in mind, by the way, that you're no good either, okay? In spite of the fact they offered you the afternoon, but then once you came back and did mornings here, well, he can't compete with Joe Rose. You know, these people think they can talk themselves into something, into an audience. They're dreaming.
Yeah, well, as far as Jim goes, he kicks that guy's ass every day.
I mean, Dan Le Batard, give me a break. Like he's one step away from your old board-op Stu Gatz.
You know what? That's a dead heat. Neither one of them has any class.
Yeah.
And, you let it go at that. You
see, the fact that they got the Dolphin broadcast that we were losing money on, all of a sudden it makes them into great broadcasters. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me.
I'm going to say something about.
Go right ahead. Take all the time you want. Take a couple of hours.
Something.
Get it off your chest.
Well, I think you'll agree with this. Mandich is going to be missed. If I'm the Dolphins, that's the one concern I have, that they lose Mandich from those broadcasts because.
Well, it goes to show you how stupid they are, and the fact that he got a phone call the night before last saying that, if you want to do the Dolphin games, you got to come over and do a talk show for us. He's already signed. You know, that sounds like contact tampering with us. They already know he signed a contract with QAM for 5 more years. That's contract tampering and attempt to intimidate. And if they're going to intimidate anybody, he's going to be the last one they're going to intimidate.
Oh yeah, hey, listen, they took very good care of him here. He's fine. He's not concerned about
everybody took good care except Joyce.
Well, that's another story.
Oh, yeah.
But
he traumatized him.
And you know something? Jim won't complain, and he'll just go on and continue to kick Le Batard's ass every day.
I mean,
the guy has no talent. He has no class.
Right.
And he has.
Don't forget when the Marlins won the series in '97, he said the Marlins didn't win the World Series. We won the series, the Cubans. It was Levon. Remember that? That was one of the most embarrassing episodes in history.
I'll never forget when they got Leiter and Kevin Brown the first time around, and he wrote about what a waste of money that was, how they were overpaid.
Oh, he's got his thumb right on it.
And he had his thumb right on Ricky Williams, too.
Yeah.
In fact, he had his thumb all over Ricky Williams.
The sharper guy they got over there is either him or Greg Kotex at that fish wrapper.
That's a dead heat, too.
Yeah. I don't know how we can contend with Stu Gatz, man.
You know what? Look up nitwit in the dictionary, and you'll find
there's
it there.
There's this picture right next to it. I'll be danged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will move on, and we will go on, and things
somehow
will be fine.
Survive. I mean, if we've overcome all of these nitwits we got here all this time, I think somehow we'll survive.
I think so. Hey, I've got.
Gloria Gaynor.
I only want to get these 3 years in, and it's bye anyway.
Yeah, me too. I got 3 and 3/4. Not that I'm counting anything like that.
No.
Although after
how many
Monday
minutes?
Morning, after Joyce and the Panic people on Monday morning, I might be not be able to make it.
Yeah, you probably got it down to the minute. You're like when we were in the Army, and you used every day you would write on the wall next to your bunk.
Oh, yeah, I
got 78 days in a wake-up.
I got it on a blackboard.
Yeah, 78 days in a wake-up.
Including the summers and all the vacations I got. Actually, I only got about 2 months left, so it's not too bad. And Jay and the Americans on the list, by the way, boys. We're doing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all the glaring exceptions. It's really embarrassing. Some of the people aren't in there. How could Jay and the Americans not be in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
You know who Jay is married to?
Not really.
Mitch Ween's sister.
Jay Black is married to Mitch Ween? Oh, Mitch Ween's sister.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah.
For how long?
I was in the Bahamas a couple of years ago for the NCAA tournament show, which I'm doing over there next week, and he was performing over there, and she was there.
I'll be damned.
Yep.
Jay Black, he's older than we are.
Yes, he is.
That's sad.
And and I tell you, he looks a lot worse than we do, too.
Do you know how old he is?
He's older than we are.
He was born in 1938. That makes him 66 plus. Woo! Man, oh man, get that box ready, boys.
And he's still bringing it with Caramia.
He's still alive. How do you like that? Just like the Godfather. They hit him with 5 shots, and he's still alive.
Yeah,
he's great. Well, listen, have a great day and don't lose too much. And that was one hell of a show you had. I didn't hear any of it, but I'm sure it was one hell of a wing thing.
The guys did a great job putting it together, and it's for people who are in those office
I'll be betting
schools.
on these basketball games. You know what they say about fooling his money or soon parted or something like that.
What do you think I did the show for?
I know what you did the show for.
Have a good day.
You too. See ya. Can't wait for those donuts. It's a joke. Dan Le Batard is concerned, I have only one thing to say to him.
You fairy.
In a world where remakes of remakes are constantly being remade, Sylvester Stallone returns as Rocky Balboa to defend his title against the formidable Mo Howard David in Rocky Part 27.
If it wasn't for that bum, I could have been a contender.
Yo, Matty, who is this guy?
It's Mo Howard David. He was known in the ring as the Mighty Mogan David. That Apollo Creed was just a dummy. Well, I don't want to use any epithets, but when I get you in the ring, I'm gonna marbleize you.
I'm too old for this. Get out of here.
I contended to challenge you to be a world and a champion.
I said get out of here.
You don't scare me. Why, I'll make mincemeat out of you.
You're on, Pop.
Look at you. Why, you're old enough to be my younger sister. Oh, you're a tough guy, huh? Why, I ought to... Now, see here. I miss getting raped.
It's 10 past 10 already. It's almost break time, you know that? But that was so good with the Humper. That business about, there are a whole lot of business. Anyway, see, part of the problem with this whole... and guess what CNN has got before we get into this music thing, which that's an automatic tune-out.
Not her.
Purpose of Life with Paula Zahn, again tonight at 10 o'clock, special edition. Not that they're milking that thing at all in Atlanta, and whatever her name was. See how soon they forget? What was her name, Ashley Smith?
Yes.
And what was the guy's name again? Brian Nichols. I wrote him down.
Me too.
Yeah. How do you like that? So like I said, Dan Le Batard, who are you kidding? You are just...
you fairy.
Living in a dream world. I can't. I'm so glad Boca Brian put that on that disc.
You fairy.
If that doesn't make you want to watch Glenn Ross,
you fairy.
Nothing will.
Required viewing.
Anyway, here's the poll result from yesterday. 1,437 votes. What's the most embarrassing thing you could have in your car or house? They didn't like this poll too much. At least one or two people out there, like Chip with a phony name and a phony phone call. A picture of George W. Bush. What did I tell you? I moved up the ladder. It wasn't even on there during the show, or most of the show. Picture of George W. Bush, 287 wins, hands down your pants. Blow-up doll, 225. Butt plug, 215. She-nail porn, 141. Log jam in the bowl, 106. Dildo, 96. A Clay Aiken CD, 71. My spouse, 46.
He's a good singer-mum.
I beg your pardon?
He's a good singer-mum.
Yeah, Clay Aiken.
You fairy.
Dolphins memorabilia, 43. Body wash, 33. Car air freshener, 32. Backstreet Boys CD, 26.
You fairy.
Preparation H, 23. Truck nuts, 20.
You fairy.
Playgirl magazine, 19.
You fairy.
My mother-in-law, 18. Toupee, 13. 8-track player, 12. And toy dog, 11.
You fairy.
Out of 1,437 votes on yesterday's poll. We might just play that for 4 hours.
You fairy.
Get a 90 share, you know what? I love that. Heidi Klum is on our beaded curtain today, the lovely Heidi. Now, I haven't even looked at the pictures because we've been so busy with this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. See, the reason, and don't ever give me this crap about I don't know anything about music or my taste in music is bad. That may be true in the last 20 years, okay? Because when you're not working in music radio, and when you're living in a market where the music is so bad on FM, it's pretty. And when there are no music videos, at least not when I'm in the States, what are you going to do? You know, it's even hard to keep track of. Time.
If you don't know people who are searching constantly, then you're screwed.
Right. Where are you going to find good music in South Florida? So I just kind of lost track once I started working and doing this crap. But at any rate, take a look at the results of our poll so far, and that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt. South Florida wouldn't know music if it smacked them right in the head. And when I say knowing music, if you're going to know rock and roll, it has to be more than just like within your lifetime, okay? Because rock and roll and the whole pop music thing, that goes back like 50 years, plus.
Some of us are lucky it actually started in our lifetime.
Well, whatever. Oh, look at that. There's some fine pictures. We got a whole series of pictures of Heidi Klum.
Yes, indeed.
Who is, boy, I'm way behind here. That's okay. We'll catch up. Heidi Klum, born June 1st, 1973 in Bergisch Gladbach, Germany. Gladbach. Here's some of her stuff she's filming right now, Nomad the Two Worlds, The Life and Death of Peter Sellers, 2004, Ella Enchanted, James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing, Blow Dry, 54. She was in 54? Yes, she was, as a matter of fact.
Well, there you go.
Heidi Klum. Didn't have a big part. She was like,
one of the
she was in 54. That's a pretty marginal movie. Don't see it unless you want to see some hot naked people.
Gay.
That's my suggestion. Oh, are you crazy?
You fairy.
Come on. Anyway, it's 10:14 already here at QAM.
And now, the show that's the antidote to those liberal media distortions of our government. It's the West Texas Wing.
Dick, Condi, thanks for coming by. Is there something wrong, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President. You sounded very concerned on the phone.
Well, it's just that I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately.
Uh-oh.
Soul searching is never a good thing to do, Mr. President. I did it anyway, Dick, and I've come to some conclusions. We were wrong to go to Iraq. We got to pull out our troops. And we can fix Social Security. And we must protect the environment for future generations. Sock. I got you all. I got you both.
You certainly had me going, Mr. President.
Yeah, well, and they say I don't have a sense of humor. I think I'm having another heart attack. Oh, hey, well, here, Dick. Hey, look at this artist's drawing of oil drilling in the Alaska Wildlife Preserve. I feel better. Oh, thank you, sir.
Come back next time for a fair and balanced, compassionately conservative view of our government in action. Only on the West Texas Wing.
20 after 10 at 560 WQM. Now, this may not be the most important story of the day, but it sure was kind of interesting. I bet you Josh Cordes is going to be all excited about this.
Oh,
What's your favorite seafood?
What's my favorite? Lobster.
No, I'm on the air I'm talking about.
Oh, see him.
This story from Boise, Idaho. Biologists with the Idaho National Guard have discovered a new species of fairy living in the off-dry lake beds of Idaho's desert. The headline, New Fairy Shrimp Species Found in Idaho.
You fairy.
Shrimp.
Though they look delicate enough to match their name, they're strong enough to survive unhatched for years in the baking heat of summer and the frozen tundra of winter until enough rain falls and the pools return. Once they awaken, they live in a few frenzied weeks, mating and leaving behind tiny cyst-like offspring, and then they die. It's a large predatory fairy shrimp. It's a large predatory fairy. This guy's about 3 inches long. Oh, please. That's huge for a fairy. Biologist Dana Quinney said Tuesday during a press conference announcing the amazing discovery. There are already about 300 species of fairy worldwide, Quinney said, but only 3 other species boast the size of the newly discovered ones. Though the animals have been given a Latin name, Quinney is reluctant to reveal it until an article describing the species is published in a scientific journal, possibly next winter. How do you like that? A new series of fairy shrimp.
You fairy.
Wow. That's exciting, isn't it?
No.
It's not?
No.
What about Edison Lighthouse?
Okay.
You don't like Edison Lighthouse?
I can't remember their hit.
Love grows where my rosemary goes.
Do they qualify? Was that their only hit?
And she wears some lovely hose. I beg your pardon? What do you mean, do they qualify? I'm asking you, mister. Okay. Here's the poll question today, and of course this is difficult because our audience, unless they went online, did a little homework, which these people are never going to do that. They don't know the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members, and it would take me hours to read, well, not hours, but way too long to read the whole list. So if you're in doubt, you can just call and say, well, how about so-and-so? That'll kill some excellent time. But anyway, here's the pool. What?
Yeah, they'll kill it dead.
Well, no, look, I think the guy called in yesterday, and it was his idea, not to do the poll necessarily, but he just mentioned some glaring omissions from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame since I just read the article about the new inductees.
Right.
And I thought this would be good.
It is good.
It gets you kind of angry, gets your blood boiling if you really like some of these groups who are missing or individual artistes. And again, this isn't all strictly rock and roll. It's pop music, and George wants to go through a big song to dance about what really is rock and roll. Well, you have to go by their criteria.
No, we don't.
Okay?
Obviously, we're disagreeing with their criteria. That's why we're doing
We're not disagreeing with their criteria. You're disagreeing with their criteria. That's what I'm trying to say, is that if you would just stop being such a hard-ass, if you would look at the list that they've got, for example, if Brenda Lee is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if Johnny Cash is in there, then certainly Marty Robbins ought to be in there, for example, okay? Marty Robbins is not in there. Oh, that's country. Well, Johnny Cash never had one hit, to the best of my knowledge, that wasn't country. He was as country as it gets.
Right.
And he's in there, okay?
I like
Brenda
Cash,
Lee certainly wasn't rock and roll by your standards, but the fact of the matter is, in terms of pop music in that back in the day, she was rock and roll, okay? Just telling you right now. Oh, please. He's still dead.
Is he?
And so is his wife. Yeah, get out of here. You're still dead, Johnny. Okay, so here's the poll. What group or artist should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame but isn't? I mean, if Etta James can be in there, what does that tell you? I think even Dennis James has a better shot.
Who?
Etta James, my ass. Okay, here's the list that we got so far. Should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, ain't. Three Dog Night, 24 votes. Van Halen, and we only have 162 votes, which is pretty weak because most of you people don't know who these groups are, who these people are. And again, it's not a question of when you were born. It's a question of, do you really know popular music? That's the question.
Right. Because you
a lot of these punks out there, because they know Jane's Addiction, and they know Ja Rule, and whatever. That's fine. That's great, okay? But that's not knowing music.
No.
What's popular right now this minute doesn't mean you know music.
Correct.
Doesn't mean you know Schmidt, okay?
Correct.
Anyway, Three Dog Night 24, Van Halen 23. That's a good battle. And Jim Croce 20. Got a nice race going on here. The Cars 18, and guess who 18, eh? We got a good race going on here. We got 7 for yes. REM 6. Oh, you like REM? You must be.
Yay.
Wow.
I
How
like
about
REM.
that?
You fairy.
Del Vikings 5, Jan and Dean 5, the Spinners 4. Oh, the Spinners are so great. How could they not be in there?
That's tragic that they're not.
That is, seriously, there should be a congressional investigation of this thinking. They should, blow Cleveland right off the map. Dave Clark 5-4, the Village People 3, and you were laughing when I said put them on there.
Yeah.
It's not a question of who do we like, who do we think are great musicians.
They're not rock and roll by any stretch.
Wrong.
Of the imagination.
You're full of crap.
And I like them in their day.
You're full of crap. You are full of KRP, okay?
Back in the roller skating days, I liked them just fine.
If Bobby Darin is rock and roll, then let me tell you right now, the Village People are rock and roll, all right? And Bobby Darin is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They are not. And there are a hell of a lot more people today who can tell you YMCA or in the Navy, who know those immediately, as opposed to, say, Bobby Darin. Now, what do we know about Bobby Darin?
He's
Mac the Knife, right?
Beyond the Sea.
Beyond the Sea, and that's pretty much it, right?
I think
I'm not saying he didn't have other hits, but that's it. Oh, Dream Lover, that was a great song, right?
Right.
And Queen, what was it? Queen of the Hop, King of the Hop, Queen, something
Queen.
Like that.
You fairy.
Having a hop.
ELO has 2. Stevie, these are great names. These are people that had hits and hits and hits. Big, fat, oozing hits.
ELO is a perfect example of a band that should be in there, and why they're not.
Stevie Winwood, which you don't like, and I'm not a huge
fan.
But he's okay.
He belongs in there.
But he belongs in there. He's got a pair. The Ventures 2, George Michael 2, who had 10 #1 hits, even though you don't think he belongs in there.
He doesn't.
I can't stand George Michael. He makes me want to physically get ill, but he belongs in there, whether you like him or not. The whole question isn't who does George like, who's not in there. That's not the question.
It says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Metallica 2. If you don't stop it, man, I'm going to have Josh get that baseball bat and just splatter your brains, what's left of them all over the wall, all over your cabinet. Metallica 2. Motley Crue's got a pair. Sonny and Cher 2. Shania Twain 1. Blondie 1. Linda Ronstadt 1. The Ronettes 1. Herman's Hermits 1. Grand Funk Railroad 1. Procol Harum 1. Edgar Winter Group 1. Johnny Rivers 1. The Miracles 1. The Buckinghams 1. None yet. 0. Oh, seriously, you people better start voting for some of these before they come and take you away in a rubber suit. No votes for Jay and the Americans, Vanilla Fudge, the Crystals, the Turtles, the Kingston Trio, the Kingsmen, Bobby V, Marty Robbins, Bobby Rydell, spelled wrong, Edwin Starr, Little Eva, the Marvelettes, and the Grassroots, which has been on there from the get-go since 8:15 when I first posted this poll on there, has got the big. Oh. There is something wrong with your musical taste. It's in your collective tuchus, okay? There is something desperately wrong in South Florida. No wonder they don't play any good music on here, because if they did, you wouldn't recognize it anyway. The grass freaking roots has, since we had it on, is at 0. Mm-hmm. The only grass they know about is in a big bowl, and they're smoking it right now, okay? Yeah.
You fairy.
What the hell? What is wrong with you people? Where is your knowledge? Where is your taste? What is it that you know? I beg your pardon?
Where did you learn your trade?
Yeah, where did you learn your trade is exactly right. Trade this. God. I'm embarrassed. I am humiliated to even know some of these people.
Dude, man, nobody likes to get up in the morning. But let's face it, party all night, sleep all day makes Johnny one unemployed convenience store worker. That's why you need the rock and roll alarm clock. No wimpy beep beeps here. Just gut-wrenching, high-decibel screams from today's top rock artists. You'll awake to Bruce Springsteen and Joe Cocker. Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes. And for the true comatose snooze hound, there's the Who alarm. Well, if that doesn't wake you up, call the morgue. You're warm food, man. Studies show stoked brains respond to the rock and roll alarm clock. Get it now and headbang your way into a new day.
Speaking of Joe Cocker, what about him? The letter?
He belongs on there.
He belongs on there, too. And speaking of the letter, what about the box tops? They had a few hits.
Oh, they're not on here?
No.
That's shameful.
See, we have the list, so we have the advantage over the audience. The audience is going to have to guess, and then I'll look at the list and say, oh, guess what? It's already on there, but thanks anyway. Or, guess what? You're right. That belongs on here, and what's going on here? Let's have a congressional investigation. Let's have a meeting of the UN. Huh? What do you say, eh?
Okay.
And raise some holy hell. I see the grassroots finally got up here. No, it's just, I'm sorry. I just have no tolerance for this kind of swill. Because that's all I've heard for so many years now. How many years have I heard this? You know nothing about music, Neil, and the taste is in your tush. You have the worst taste in music. Yeah, right. I've forgotten more about music than most of you will ever know, and if I ever remembered it, then I'd really be dangerous. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hello.
WQAM, hello. Now, this is a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful. WQAM, hola.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
A voice. So this could be a start. Yes, sir.
This could be a start. Well, it's not a good start. Did you hear the newest nomination by our great president?
About what?
For the head of the World Bank?
Yeah.
Mr. Paul Wolfowitz.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. This is ridiculous.
Why did you call him Mr.? Why did you call him Mr. Paul Wolfowitz?
Well,
it's like disc jockeys that say,
I don't want to get you in
Frank
trouble.
Sinatra. Get out of here. Go give Wolfowitz some of that grease stuff to put in his hair. Some of that Grecian formula. Or give him some of that shoe polish that Ronnie Reagan used to wear. It would fit right in. Or maybe just some good spittle will do it. It worked in the movie pretty good. 5670560 Mr. Paul Wolfowitz. Well, thank you, Mr. Caller, and have a wonderful day.
You fairy.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, what's poppin'?
Yes, sir, what do you got?
Hey, remember you were talking about video puke yesterday?
Video puke?
Video waves.
Oh, yes,
Hey, I went there and got a couple porns a long time ago. What was up with that guy?
Oh, my God.
Back in the day. Hey, you were saying that guy Mitch was nuts. What was up with that guy anyways?
He was nuts.
What made him nuts?
Truck nuts.
Truck nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, I got another thing. When you shave your head, do you use shears or a razor?
No, I have not a razor or shears. I have like a real barber's razor.
Oh, my God.
It's one of those sharper image deals. In fact, it's like real short now, man. It is so comfortable. It's fantastic.
So is it like smooth skin, or do you have
No. It's not. It's just real short, like a number one, they would say in a barber shop, like about as short as you can get and still have real hair, you know?
Yeah, because that's what I shave my head at. I shave it below a number one. It's like a...
Well, this is also below, but I would never grow back the hair again. This is so much more comfortable, man. This is the way to do it.
Oh, yeah, but when
you go out on a windy day and you don't have to worry, like, look in the mirror and see if your hair's, like, all in play. I mean, if you got a lot of hair, that's great. Then you can do something with it. But when you don't, when you're an old doddering fool like me, you walk around like this, it's great.
Yeah, or...
Makes you look 5 or 10 days younger.
Yeah, if you shave
have a great day, okay. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have one for your list. I agree with most of everything that's on your list except you're missing the winner, which would be Chicago.
If Chicago's not in it...
I got the winner!
Oh, my God, you are, sir, absolutely. I will never be the same again. This is... What does this tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
What does this tell you about the crock of fame, huh? These people should only croak a wicked, nasty, miserable death. I mean, I'm talking about pain, baby.
Right. You're talking about their criteria? Obviously, they don't have much.
No, I'm just talking about their glaring omissions. I mean, there is some of these you could argue about for hours. Is there any argument from even Josh there, who wouldn't know Chicago, from Springfield, Illinois, from dusty Springfield, Illinois? You know Chicago, don't you?
I definitely do. Yeah.
Well, there you go. See, even Josh Cordes, who's a punk, who just got back from jury duty yesterday and wasn't called again and is getting pretty PO'd about it, getting tired of it. Even he knows from Chicago. How do you like that? And he was born about 10 minutes ago. Like one of them festering fairy shrimp.
You fairy.
Yeah, that's it. Then. I'm not going to go through all of this again. I mean, they got so many hits we could go from now until midnight and not even scratch the surface. I'm not talking about just hits like marginal, like one over here and one over there. I'm talking about gigantic, huge, fat, bloody, oozing hits. Big, plus the fact they wrote most of their own music and they were real musicians. I mean, forget about that. And then Terry Cash said, well, wouldn't this be fun? Oh, don't do it, Terry.
They were original, they were trendsetting, all of them.
God. Seriously, that call was the best call we've ever had on the show. Thank you, sir. You've made my life. You've made my life complete. Holy moly. I wonder who the president is of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You fairy.
Exactly. Chicago. I mean, why would anybody think of a group like that, right?
Yeah, right. It really makes you wonder...
when you got such important people in here as Brenda Lee and Little Willie John.
And Ruth Brown.
The Moon Glows. There's some... Bonnie Raitt. Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
Please give me a strength. Jimmy Reed.
Gene Vincent.
No, Gene Vincent belongs in here. Who's some of the other ones on here? Muddy Waters. If you're over the age of 100, you remember Muddy Waters.
Ma Rainey.
The Dells. There's another one from 100 years ago that nobody remembers, even just barely. The Dells. The Dell Vikings, they didn't make it, but the Dells, they're in there. See, that goes to show you that these people are communists, okay? All over Little Havana, Sweetwater, and Hialeah. I want all you people rolling down your windows like Howard Beale would say right now. Comunista, comunista, comunista. There is a communist conspiracy going on right now, my God. What is wrong with these people? Jesus. Already played that one. Try this. There you go. Okay. And then, of course, back during election time, I think I don't remember when it was. I was playing this. And it fit right in, too. Right. And back in the late 60s when this came out, it fit right in, too, with the Vietnam War, and everybody was all pissed off and fired up, and rightfully so. Now it's like, oh, what's that? Oh, what was that? What are they singing about? Man, oh, man. What? People, they're just, their brains are fried.
Are you optimistic about the way that things are going? Do I never seem to be it all?
Terry did it again. Damn it. Erotic repetition. Hey, Terry, don't do it again.
You fairy.
20 before 11. See, that's one of those that if you play it 100 times, instead of like wearing out, it gets better each time. You know what I'm saying?
You fairy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I want the rest of it, though.
Yeah, I bet you do. After we played the Get the Chalk one, the whole thing. 20 before the hour at QAM. Let's see. Let's look at that lineup today. We got Mo Howard David. Now, I don't understand this. This is at Edwin Watts 12,001 West Sunrise Boulevard Plantation. That's where Mo is doing the show today. What is Edwin Watts?
It's a golf shop.
A golf shop?
That's right.
Mo, well, I guess, we got Mad Dog doing shows at supermarkets, so why not have Mo doing a show from a golf shop? At least he knows something about it. Mad Dog from 4 to 6:55. Then we got Rutgers at UM Baseball with Joe Zagacki and the Beast at 6:55, followed by the award-winning Eddie K show.
It's Hurricane Hotline tomorrow night at 7. Talk UM Athletics.
Scared the living crap out of me, man.
Sports Radio 560. QAM.
America loves to watch boobs and butts and boinking.
Ladies and gentlemen, to keep our economy growing, America must reward corporate criminals, and I have done so. Because a society is measured by how it treats the weak and vulnerable, we must punish the efforts and dreams of entrepreneurs, especially for women and minorities. And I urge Congress to punish hardworking people who want only to provide for their families. But most of all, I have a message for every American who is 55 or older. Our Social Security system has serious problems that will grow worse with time. In the next 4 years, we must mass murder those now retired or nearing retirement. Our aim is to kill many. And best of all, the leader of this nationwide effort will be our First Lady, Laura Bush. Thank you, and may God bless America.
You fairy.
10:46. 14 before 11 at 560 WQAM. We've got a dozen for Chicago already. Just went on there only moments ago, right?
Right.
And we've already got a dozen votes. How do you like that?
Good. Let's hope they beat Van Halen.
Oh, let's hope.
Not that they don't belong on there, Van Halen.
No, but we just hate Van Halen like poison.
Thank you. Something we can agree on.
Anybody with any taste hates them like crazy.
You are my love and my life.
All right.
You are my inspiration.
I mean, I'm going to tell you right now that Dan Le Batard knocking Jim Mandich in any way, shape, or form would be like Geldy saying that Bill Hewitt was a lousy hockey announcer. I mean, there's just something basically wrong. You know what I'm saying? It would be like Chris Morris saying that Fred Cusick just didn't do a great game. It's nauseating, it's disgusting, and only in South Florida, only in a backwater Bush League place could such swill actually go on. Anyway, here's a fax from Chip, whose real name is Chip. He says, you and George know that I was absolutely correct, sir, on yesterday's poll. About what? What does that mean? What did he say yesterday?
He said it sucked. That it was a bad idea.
It was not a bad... Oh, I see. It was not a bad idea.
Remember?
We had about 1,500 votes. It was fine. It was no more or less than most of the polls we take as far as the response. It was fine.
And we do not agree.
No, we don't agree. Today, though, it's something he likes, so therefore it makes it good. It's just like you. You ought to get together with Chip.
Right.
Today is something you can sink your teeth into, so to speak. Well, I got news for you. We had a hell of a lot more response on yesterday's poll than we're getting on this one. By the time we started the show yesterday, we had 200 votes on the poll, and here we are. It's almost 11 o'clock, and what do we got? We got 301, which is nothing to write home about. It's pretty weak, if you ask me, Chip. Anyway, then he says, Harry the Drunk Nielsen. No, he's got it spelled wrong. It's Nilsson, Nilsson. Right. Should be on the list. You know, Chip, for a guy that's given us instruction and lecturing to us all the time, you sure don't know your swill, okay? And after corresponding with you for the last 17 years in many different ways, he's probably one of those goofballs on the phone. My name is not made up, but very real. You fairy, he says. Well, back at you, Chip. Harry Nilsson. I guess we could put him on there, although...
Sure. He ain't going to do so well.
No, Nilsson. You got it, Josh?
He's got it.
Got it. Harry Nilsson. At least if you're going to lecture us fellow right now. Here's a good one on the fax. It says, the one-hit wonder, Lloyd Personality Price, is a member. That's right, And by the way, that record, I could be wrong, but I think it was about 1 minute and 40 seconds long. It was one of the shortest.
Really?
No, seriously. It was one of the shortest hits in the history of rock and roll. Personality, definitely under 2 minutes. And that was it. That was a medley of his smash. I mean, anybody in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, any of the musicians or the other people who vote in that stuff, who voted for Lloyd Price,
you fairy.
That's all we can say to you. But the pride of Tenafly High in Tenafly, New York, no, see here again, Tenafly, there is no Tenafly, New York, it's Tenafly, New Jersey. My roommate in college was from Tenafly, New Jersey, so I happen to know something about that, although, now let's see. No, see, born in New York City, raised in Tenafly, New Jersey. So once again, we get faxes from people. I would agree with a fax, but if you're going to fax, just a fax, please. Get the information correct. Absolutely incorrect, sir. The pride of Tenafly High in Tenafly, New Jersey, Leslie Gore. Says, looking at the list, there are very few women in the hall, and considering the influence Cleveland had on early rock and roll, there are very few 1960 members. It appears their inductees so far are a joke. Now you're getting warmer. You are absolutely correct, sir. Okay, but get it right. How do you like that? Leslie Gore's not on there. Let's put her on. What do you say?
Okay.
You don't think so?
I do.
I'll tell you another one that you're going to vomit when I tell you, but she definitely had a lot of big hits, and she was certainly, from a feminist standpoint, and a woman, Helen Reddy. I hate Helen Reddy. Don't start attacking me. But the fact of the matter is, Helen is ready.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Is Helen ready?
You fairy.
Yeah?
Not disagreeing with that at all. I mean, I agree with everything that you said. I didn't like her.
Not only didn't like her, I couldn't stand her and her whole bull-like feminist over-the-top.
Huge.
You know, nothing wrong with feminism, but I was just shoving it down your throat, man. A little over the top, Helen. A little over the freaking top, you bitch.
Baby.
But she had a lot of big hits. Delta Dawn.
Right.
Angie Baby.
What is that flower?
What is what flower?
Delta
Dawn? I don't know from these songs. Delta Dawn. I Am Woman.
Yes,
is there anybody out there who didn't puke their guts out to that song? I am woman, hear me, be a whore. I don't know how to love him. Peaceful. She had a whole bucket full of hits, man. Old Helen Reddy.
Sure.
Leave Me Alone, Ruby Red Dress. Oh, we'll leave you alone, all right.
Ruby Red Dress.
You and Me Against the World. That. Keep on Singing. Emotion. Ain't no way to treat a lady.
Are you reading off a book?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, boy,
What?
You know all the songs.
No, I sure don't know all the Helen Reddy songs.
What a fan.
What do you mean
for a
by
man.
reading this out of a book? I got my Billboard book here. Are you crazy? Jesus, what do I know from Helen Reddy? In fact, I would have told you Delta Dawn and I Am Woman. Those have been the only two that would have just smacked me. No, I wouldn't have remembered that. It was number one, by the way. I know you're embarrassed for that. And you should be.
No accounting for things.
Thanks to the guy that called in Chicago. That could be the winner. It's zooming up toward the top of the list. Chicago is great. I'm going to tell you right now, and this is the truth. You can like your vanilla ice cream. You can like whatever you want. You can like hip-hop, although that's pretty marginal. But anybody that doesn't like Chicago, their music, your taste is deep inside your colon, man.
If you don't like them, you don't like music.
That is put as well as you can put it. If you don't like Chicago, you don't like music. How do you like that? And okay, so it wasn't hard rock, and they wouldn't have played it on She, and yada, yada, yada. But it also wasn't like, some of the stuff was a little on the syrupy side, you know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right?
Even
for example,
rock and roll bands and artists had ballads and
right. I mean, this one was pretty syrupy. Right?
Yeah, I liked it. Depressing, but I liked it.
Right. Very depressing. Enough to make you put a gun to your head.
The good news about this is that you can do a 2-minute talk up. You know, you could read a weather forecast.
And then on the other hand,
yeah.
Oh, and this was syrupy too.
Mm-hmm. Sure. But it's good. It's
and then there was stuff that was a little bit stronger. See?
A little bit. No, Old Days. I think Old Days is probably the rockiest. You got that on there, don't you?
You are such a pain in the ass. You have no idea.
I do. I have every idea.
It's a 2-disc set. Okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
It's a 2-disc set.
Make it pull the disc out.
Old Days is on the other.
There we go. All right.
Not that we're trying to influence the poll or anything like that. Not that we really would have to. I bet you if I looked at it again right now, they're just zooming up to the top. Are they?
Yeah.
Going to beat Van Halen's pants off, okay?
Let's hope.
Chicago, no, they're not zooming. They got 17. They had 12
18
minutes
online.
Oh, they got 18 already? Because Van Halen's got 48. Seriously, it's about time some of you people, and I don't want to hear about the FM and Magic sucks and this one. We know that, okay? A lot of you people out there waste a lot of money on a lot of crap, okay? Instead of betting on those ball games like Hank's always trying to talk you into, or going and playing the slots like I'm trying to talk you into, go out there and buy you some music, okay? Get you an iPod, get you a Sony Walkman, get you a real CD deck, get you one of those Bose deals with a CD deck in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go out and get a CD burner and burn a bunch of stuff. Burn one. Burn a big fat one. Trying out loud. Let's see, Nirvana. Oh!
Yeah, they belong on there.
You know something? Now, see, here's the difference between you and me.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely agree, even though I think Nirvana is the opposite of Nirvana.
You keep misrepresenting me.
What?
I'm not going to... I have a definition of rock and roll.
I don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. Do we want to hear it, Josh?
I'm not excluding people
Josh,
because I don't
want to hear
them.
this?
Well, I mean,
No.
I agree with him with the George Michael thing. I mean, that ain't
What?
rock and roll.
Let me say it again. We're not interested in your definition or George's definition. We're interested in the standards that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has
Obviously,
used.
they have none.
And if we look down the list and we see people like Brenda Lee, it's not a question of is it real rock and roll. It's a question of, things evolved over a period of time.
Right,
and as a result, this is popular music, it should be called the Pop Music / Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it isn't. But nevertheless, that's the thing, okay? That's the criterion.
Right. Well, I'm not changing my definition.
But we don't care because the poll isn't about George's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, if you want to do one of those one day when you're on, that's fine.
All right.
Go ahead. But this is not the George Rodriguez Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Who's
Schmuck. I mean, is Ricky Nelson rock and roll?
Maybe once upon a time he was considered.
Get out of here, Ricky. Why are you crazy?
You fair.
Yeah. Very well said.
Look in the mirror.
Not ancient. It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't?
Get out of here. Ricky Nelson, before he finally smoked a big fat one up there or whatever the hell, did a few lines too many in that plane. What the hell was his last hit? He was doing a garden party. I was playing that on the air, I think, on Zeta.
Yeah, that was rock and roll then.
Garden party is... garden party is rock and roll?
It was
Get out of here. Traveling Man is rock and roll by your standard?
No,
you
by
are
the
so
standards
full
of
of
the
it.
day.
Let's see,
By
his
the
last
standards of the
hit. His last hit was in, let's see, like I said, 72.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 33 years. That's
about 30, man.
Right. Like I said, he was a long... Well, he died. When the hell did he die? He was born in Teaneck, New Jersey. He died in 85. Well, he had like a long... He had a long dry spell, you know what I'm saying?
Did he?
Wow. He had the long dry... Nirvana, okay? Please play any of the Eisner bits if you can. Nah, they're stale, and the good one we can't play anymore anyway, so why the hell even bother, you know? Can't play the good stuff, just to forget about it. Just cherish the memories. Oh, the association, are they in here? They're not. The association, and we agree on that, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Holy cow. Now, see, there you go. You just it's a self-defeating argument with you.
No, it isn't.
You just shot yourself in the rectum.
No, I didn't.
Because the association, all of their music was popular music. There was nothing that they ever recorded that way. Well, Along Comes Mary, maybe you might say that's rock and roll. But Cherish is that pretty syrupy, baby.
I'm being real
pretty
generous.
Heavy on the syrup.
If you were anywhere near rock,
I mean, if you had them pancakes with real butter, like Ashley was dishing up a couple of days ago there in Atlanta, you could have put that syrup right on top of the association.
How syrupy the song is. It's not about that at all.
Hey, all you horse racing fans and poker players, Pompano Park Racing and Poker has all the gambling actions you could ever want and then some. Just a half mile from both I-95 and the Turnpike, Pompano Park features free admission and free general parking every day. Live harness racing in the poker room open every Monday, Wednesday, like today, Friday and Saturday. Poker starts at noon and goes on till midnight. Live racing gets underway nightly 7:25 p.m. And coming up this Saturday, March 19, Pompano Park wants to thank all of you for your support in the passage of the slot machine vote with the victory party. This Saturday, Pompano Park will have a special cake-cutting ceremony and live music, and it'll be quarter night with all race programs, draft beer, hot dogs, sodas, popcorn, and more, all only 25 cents each. There'll also be free miniature horse rides for the kids. It's their way of saying thank you for your support, so come celebrate with our 25-cent night this Saturday. Even I may show up for this party, but don't hold your breath. It's almost as good as free spaghetti dinner night. Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For the current racing schedule, call 954-972-2000 or on the wicked web, it's pompanopark.com. If you talk real nice, they'll maybe even let you sit in Fat Rich's chair. Pompano Park, horsepower you can plunge on.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
I'm a dancing monkey.
Hi, I'm Joey D., formerly of Joey D. and the Starlighters. I'm also founder of the Rock and Roll Rest Home, where we provide care and treatment for many of the rock and roll stars you've loved so much in the past, but whose lives have been destroyed by crooked record companies. Stars like Mr. D. Clark over here. You can plainly see why we need your help. Over here we have Danny Lupitas, who sang rhythm for the Gavons. Every now and then I try to help him out. It's okay, Danny. It's okay. Calm down. I will help you.
I wonder why I love you like I do.
Please show your support by sending your checks to 442 Glenwood Avenue in Surf City. Our email address is brunswick.swan. For more information, just call Beechwood 45789. Thank you.
Well, guess who's getting 10 grand, boys and girls?
Who?
Former hostage Ashley Smith.
Good.
And don't forget, we got Paul is on tonight, 10 o'clock, The Purpose of Life and all that other crap. They're plugging that book again on CNN so they can bring you to God.
Oh, God.
They can bring you to the Lord, okay, and they can peddle a lot more of that guy's books, that shyster that wears the Hawaiian shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Former hostage Ashley Smith, who helped police peacefully capture suspected Atlanta courthouse killer Brian Nichols with those delicious pancakes made with real butter, will receive $10,000 reward from the state of Georgia. Governor Sonny Perdue was announced, and we sure love his chickens, don't we?
Yes, we do.
As a captive in her suburban Atlanta apartment on Saturday morning, Smith said she gained the confidence of Nichols. Well, we know that. Smith said she gained Nichols' trust by talking to him about her 5-year-old daughter, about God and hope. He later gave himself up to police outside her apartment. There's no word on whether she'll receive any of the other reward money offered in the case, including 20 grand from the FBI, 25 grand from the U.S. Marshal Service, and 5 grand from the Georgia Sheriff's Association. But let me tell you right now, as Chicago would say, this is only the beginning. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We got the movie, the book, the miniseries,
the tour,
the speaking tour, the God Squad tour,
and the
primetime tour,
and the talk show.
The talk show circuit tour.
No, she'll get her own talk show.
The tabloid interviews, right? All of these things.
All of these things.
I mean, she deserves a talk show. I mean, if she can talk that guy out of killing her.
Oh yeah, that's right. And not only that, but she can put Martha Stewart to shame. She can whip up a batch of them pancakes while she's talking up a great storm about the Lord.
The new Martha Stewart, fresher,
right.
cleaner.
We can have a cooking and religion channel. Now, here's what we got. Here's what we got on the poll so far. I love these, but the audience hates them. So in spite of what Chip says, if Chip tells us it's a good poll, that means we got nobody listening.
Well, maybe
if he says, "Oh, that's really bad," why did Joyce do that? Or whatever he wrote yesterday, whatever swill.
Right.
That means we're cooking with gas.
How many poll ideas has he submitted?
Zero.
Right.
Probably zero. Now look at this. We got. Oh, it just changed again. How many votes we got? 363. You see, it's not that big of a deal. One that you like. I like it too, Chip. I'm not trying to be argumentative with you because I think it's a great poll. And I thank the caller that called yesterday, inspired me. And I thank especially the guy that called with Chicago. I mean, jeez. If we would overlook that, we should be shot, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or at least whipped.
Horsewhipped. Or they should take us all into like Bluff's office and all scream at us.
You fairy.
Like that. She was in here this morning again. I don't know why. I just can't get the message across. Don't take it personal unless you want to. You've ruined enough of my days already, Bluff, okay? I don't like people that ruin my day. See, that's one of the reasons I'm far away, is I don't want to have somebody ruin my day. See what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
Which, of course, rhymes with
you fairy.
Gay. Just leave me alone, okay? I have no need to speak to you every morning. I can do the show without a pat on the head. I've been doing this a very long time. And anytime you come in there, or Clarence, or any of these other little interlopers, there's always the possibility that you're going to stir up some crap. I don't want to hear about it. Send me a memo. Send me a fax. Send me an email. Put a note in a bottle. Put it in the ocean. Maybe it'll, like I said the other day, wind its way up into Lake Ontario, and I'll find it on the beaches somewhere. Just leave me alone. Because you contribute nothing, zippity-doo-dah to my life. Just aggravation and angst. And you've done it. If it happened once, I would have said, well, you know, anybody can, make a bad judgment. But this has happened. How many times have I gone through the same routine on the air? Huh? At least...
About 30, man.
At least that many times. I don't like people ruining my day because they're emotional cripples and they want to share their hysteria with me. If you want to be hysterical, great. Go right ahead. Have a great time. Go running around in the hall going like that. Have a good time. Just leave me out. Including when I'm there very soon. I'll be there. I don't want no part of it. What group or artist should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame but isn't? Van Halen 54, Chicago 34. I'm reading from the list a few minutes ago. Three Dog Night 34, Guess Who 27, Jim Croce 26, The Cars 23, REM 15. Oh my God! If you like REM, you must be
gay.
That call just sticks in my mind. It was just so idiotic.
What if I liked REM before I knew that they were gay?
Well, you're still
gay. Oh, geez.
In addition to which, thanks, Mr. President, for those low gas prices. Wow, how do you like this? Pretty soon it's going to be $3 a gallon. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for hooking up that hose.
Nice talk up.
I can't even hear it. You got it so low.
Ooh, what bad quality.
Yeah. Sounds like he's in a barrel.
Off the MP3. Ooh.
Metallica 14, Leonard Skinner 10, Spinners 9, Yes 9, Del Vikings 9, ELO 8, Village People 8, Blondie 7, Sonny and Cher 7, Jan and Dean 7, Linda Ronstadt 6, Johnny River 6, Dave Clark 5, 6, Dave Clark 5, 6, Grassroots 5. Oh, I want to cry, I just want to cry. Mm-hmm. Vanilla Fudge, The Ventures, Ronettes, Grand Funk Railroad, Procol Harum each have 4. 3 apiece for Stevie Winward. It's Winwood, you quizzling you idiot, not Winward. Winwood.
Okay.
Jeez. Winward? What is wrong with you?
You fairy.
Yeah. God. Oh, speaking of that,
you fairy.
George Michael 3. Nirvana 2, Jay and the Americans 2. So Jay Black is married to Mitch Lewis's sister. Hank had a little trivia. Hank knows them all, man. He knows the ins and the outs, huh?
Ween.
Who did I say?
Lewis.
Oh, Mitch Ween?
Mitch Ween.
I would have sworn he said Mitch Lewis.
Pretty sure it was Ween.
No.
Because I'd heard that before.
Mitch Weenie's sister is married to Jay Black.
He has a sister, you know.
Who's older than dirt. Shania Twain, Motley Crue, The Turtles, Kingston Trio, they got 2. They got a pair. Herman's Vermin's got 1. Edgar Winter Group, Bobby V, Edwin Starr, The Miracles, and the Buckinghams each have 1. And no votes yet for the Association, Helen Reddy, Leslie Gore. I mean, he sends a fax and he doesn't even vote for it. Harry Nilsson, Chip, same thing, Chip. If you're going to, foist Harry Nilsson on us, at least vote for it. Box Tops, Edison Lighthouse, The Crystals, The Kingsmen. The Kingsmen have no votes? Oh.
That's tragic. They invented frat rock.
I want to tell you something right now. If there's any song that is more widely recognized in the world than Louie Louie, you tell me what it is.
I don't
what
know.
is it?
Happy birthday.
No, I'm talking about a commercial song that's more widely recognized than... What is it?
Done and redone. I don't know. No, you're right. I'm agreeing with you.
There's no such animal. No matter where you go, from Amsterdam to Berlin to Toronto to Montreal to Ypsilanti, everywhere in between, they're playing Louie Louie. I mean, come on, man.
By the
Marty
way,
Robbins, Bobby Rydell, spelled wrong. It's a Y, not an I, but, Little Eva and the Marvelettes have none.
Just so you know...
Yes?
I'm throwing away faxes that are suggesting things that we either already have on the poll or are already on the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Just so you know.
Bobby Rydell with a Y. Now, Little Eva's got done, and she, of course, did the original recording of The Locomotion, which is done by Grand Funk, and a million other people have redone it. And I don't think... I do like the Grand Funk recording, but nobody ever did it like Little Eva.
I agree.
Can we agree on that? I mean, that was great.
I like Grand Funk. It was
and she was a maid. She was a maid, and
really?
I forget who she was a maid, and the record producer, I forget who it was, signed her up, and she did the thing.
Well, you go,
girl. Her thing. Little Eva Boyd, Brown, whatever her name was. I can look it up if you want in my book. See, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that thing with Helen Reddy. You had to be joking.
That was amazing. I was impressed.
Well,
while you're looking it up, we'll play.
She was born in Belhaven, North Carolina, June 29, 1943. Discovered by singer. Oh, I see. Here you go. No, I was wrong. Not a maid. She was a babysitter. Excuse me. But I was close. Carole King and Jeffrey Goffin discovered her while babysitting their daughter, Louise Goffin, and she was singing up a storm. And hey, this bitch can really sing. And there you go. Keep your hands off my baby. Let's turkey trot. Swinging on the Star with Big D. Irwin and Little Eva. And, of course, The Locomotion. I just mentioned that in passing. Oh, Locomotion, that's somebody else. Yeah. Who knows from Little Eva?
You fair.
Right. Who don't knows who that is? Seriously, if you're going to study up on music and pretend you know something about it, I'll make a deal with you. I'll start listening to hip-hop. Not if you start, like, going out and researching some real music from, like, the 50s and 60s and 70s. That was real music. Once you got to the middle 80s, forget about it. Mostly crap.
On the radio, anyway. That's when it all started to go their separate ways, when radio and music went their separate ways.
Now, see, a band has to be over 25 years old to be considered, it says, so dump Nirvana. No, we're not going to dump Nirvana. A band has to be over 25 years old to be considered?
Okay. I didn't know that. We'll be more careful, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we have to be a hell of a lot more careful. Did we put anybody else on there who's fairly new? I don't think so. And, of course, if it's going to be over 25 years old, what's this audience going to know about it? How about the 1910 Fruit Gum Company?
I disagree. Careful.
Let's see. Well, Kurt Cobain is going to be recording some new tracks pretty soon. Let's see. They started... When the hell was Nirvana's first hit? 91. So they don't even come close to 25. So actually, they don't belong on there. But we'll leave them on just to give you a punk something to deal with, okay? Something to sink your teeth into. Right?
Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
All right.
We learned alphabetical.
Little Eva.
In this folder.
I lived in Boston when this was a hit. Oh!
I wonder if I can find Grand Funk. Was there the number one?
Solid. I think I have that somewhere, but who knows what. What?
Grand Funk, their version.
What about it?
I wonder if I can find it. Do you know what year?
I'll tell you what year. If you just hold your horses a second. Amy Grant. Oh, yeah. Grand Funk. We're an American band. Oh, God, I love that. 74. March 30th, 1974 is number one for 2 weeks.
Really?
Promotion by Grand Funk. Yes, and we're an American band, 73, 8/18/73. Some Kind of Wonderful, Bad Time. Grand Funk is great. From Flint, Michigan, by the way, a home of Michael Moore. And home of that shameful place where that lady lived, whose kid got the gun and shot the little girl. Remember that?
Yeah.
In Bowling for Columbine?
Well, I can't find them on here.
Well, why not? How can you not find Grand Funk Railroad on there?
Because it might not be on here.
I might actually have the CD here, so during the break I might check it out or not.
You're listening to Neil
Too much music, baby. Too much music. If you want to play music, go to Magic.
QAM.
Hey, Luis Miguel, play it, baby.
Oh, how about a David show? We got a little change of pace here. Bruce Willis will be joining us. My daughter's in pictures, you know. She works for the prestigious Miramar Pictures. Somebody shut up. Bruce Willis is on the phone. Why, Mr. Willis. How do you do? Welcome to my show. Oh, and what a wonderfully glistening body of work you do have, sir. Jersey boy, huh? Yeah, not for Brooklyn. The garden spotted a world in it, except for that diner in Bath Beach with the bad fish. By the way, something. Yes. You're in that business, right? Yes. Yeah, you know how it is. Did you ever work with Raymond the Bird? No, can't say I have. Oh. Why? Well, I did not know he was gay. He was gay? It's hard to believe, but gay. So? One of those things. When I drive home, I have to pull off the road to think about this, Oh, yeah. Next movie, Hit a Bomb. Favorite cheese? Pecorino. Well, thank you, Mr. Willis, for this Illuminati call. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, Mr. Personality. So, how'd you like to be Bruce Willis for a day? Grief?
I love it.
You're so stupid. You are. You're gay.
You fairy. It's 11:20 at 560 WQM. You're going to be just disgusted when you hear some other one here.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Do they qualify? They have 25 years?
Not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it's a major shame. How do you like that?
Criminal.
You're as cold as ice.
They are.
You're willing to sacrifice our love.
I beg your pardon?
They're cold as ice.
Oh.
Not Foreigner. Talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame business.
Right. One of my very favorite groups, one of the great groups in history, maybe even one of the top 10 groups of all time. If I dare say, huh?
That's amazing if you like Foreigner.
But don't be playing no music now. The audience gets very upset. Let's see. Here's one. It says the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has 5 categories: performers, early influences, non-performers, sidemen, and lifetime achievement. Yes, I have all of those right here, the list. Yet only one disc jockey, Alan Freed, is in the hall. Dick Clark is there, too. Well, Dick Clark was also a disc jockey, so what does it say? In my days of listening to radio, DJs had that something, this is right.
He's right.
Although I think Wolfman Jack is in there. Let me see.
I don't see him.
No?
Would he be in there under a different name?
No.
Jack Wolfman?
Jack the Wolfman. No, he's not in there. I don't see him.
That's tragic.
I would have sworn that I read that he was in there. But non-performers, you got Paul Ackerman. You got a bunch of people I have no idea. Dave Bartholomew, a lot of producers, and Dick Clark, Tom Donahue, Alan Freed, Jerry Goffin and Carole King, Barry Gordy Jr. I mean, is there any doubt? Holland Dozier and Holland, Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, George Martin. Producers, Sam Phillips, for example, Phil Spector. How's Phil doing? Etc. But that's a very good point. Murray the K, Dan Ingram, Wolfman Jack, Don Steele, Larry Lujak, or L.A. great Robert W. Morgan could be considered for the nom. That's an excellent point. Very good. The Rock and Roll Hall of Shame, that's what he calls it, and you're right. It says, yes, Tenafly is in New Jersey, and I voted. I know, I've been there. I've been in Tenafly, New Jersey. I ate pizza there. Let's see, for your poll also, the Monkees. As much as I love ELO, says K, whoever K is, and that's a good one. Even George would agree with that.
Yes, I would.
The Monkees. Sure. They had a list as long as your arm.
Right.
As long as your leg of hits.
Contrived TV big. Nevertheless.
Okay, whatever, but there were a couple of people, musicians. Right. I mean, Peter Tork was a musician, and
they
who else?
Pulled it out eventually.
Huh?
They learned how to play eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, they made some good music.
They did.
And they had tremendous. Plus, see, part of this is got to be the influence they had. Mm-hmm. Well, with the TV show and all the novel and unique stuff they tried in the TV show and did, right there, even that alone would do it. You see what I'm saying?
You fairy.
The fact that Foreigner and Chicago are not on this list, and Foreigner, by the way, their first hit was in '77, so don't give me the 25-year limit routine. That's like almost 30. That's 28 years. So they definitely, fit in, but they're not in there. So they must not be smearing the right hands or pockets or wallets or something like that.
I'm sure the industry, the record industry, has everything to do with who gets in and who doesn't.
Oh, well, I already told you the other day how they the musician they vote for it themselves. Remember when we had the list of the 2005 inductees, which is what inspired this falderall that we're doing right now? Musicians and composers and writers. So in other words, it's a mutual cluster thing. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift?
You fairy.
Right.
Sorry, my mouth.
5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, I am.
I love your show, man.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about a name that I would think that should be on there. I got three names, and I'll give you one.
Well, let me look them up and see if they're on there, okay?
Bad Company?
Bad Company is not on here.
What about Loverboy?
What about Loverboy?
You remember the group
Fairy. Well, I don't know how.
What about
great
38 Special?
They belong on there.
Ooh, I love 38 Special, and you know what? They're not on here. Now, let me see. Is that 25 years, though, 38 Special?
Might be.
I know Bad Company should be. They've been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah, Bad Company. No, there's no question about it. 38 Special, their first hit was 81, so 20. They're getting close, but they don't qualify yet. They're moving up.
I love your show, Neil.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great day. I think you said that. Thank you. Speaking of places, Chicago, how about... Oh, wait a minute. If you're going to tell me that Kansas is not on here, I'm going to fall down. They're not on there. Kansas, how do you like that?
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
Tragic.
Kansas is not on here. Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm sure they meet the 25-year requirement.
Yeah, of course. Kansas? My God, are you kidding me? What is wrong with you?
You fairy.
Let's see. Well, we just want to be sure, I guess, because then we'll get some nitpicker on. Well, Kansas, their first hit was a... Yeah, right, okay? Your mama. Let's see, 77, not even close, 28 years. They got it by 3 years. They got a big, fat margin in there, okay? All right.
I'm dying over here. Hey, baby, if you're feeling down, I know what's good for you all day. You fairy. Are you worried what your friends see? Will it ruin your reputation loving me?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's going to be the new format. We're going to be playing all the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees and then those who ought to be in there. Now that we have to throw in the towel, now that we lost the Dolphin rights, and we have to turn the gauntlet over to Dan Le Batard and Stu Gatz.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
And don't forget OJ Toast and Toast and Muffins and Omelet and Juice.
And Neil Rogers.
Absolutely.
I wrote my note to the FCC. I told them all about what was bothering me. And when I was done, back in the closet again, to grab a little action with my Christian friends. There ain't nobody here but us Christians. No bother knocking at the door at all. We're engaging with men the faggoty way, so don't go bothering us today. We're out as men of God, but inside we're gay. Don't you do what we're doing, just do what we say. Rick Santorum, McClellan and Gammon, and Don who put the wild in wildness. We're getting it on with Christian neocons that are so undersized that it's almost gone. There ain't nobody here but us Christians in the closet playing Christian ball. We pound the moral ground the hypocritical way when we wag our fingers in your face. We're out as men of God, but inside we're gay. Don't you do what we're doing, just do what we say. Hey, Potter, can you help an old opera boy? Don't you do what we're doing, just do what we say.
Okay, 28 till noon. I got the lowdown here. I'm going to print it out and read it about how they narrowed this list down and who puts them on the list, etc.
Okay,
just in case. And again, the 2005 inductees, Buddy Guy.
What?
That's right, rhythm and blues guitarist Buddy Guy.
Who?
We talked about this yesterday. Don't tell me your memory is so short. What a guy he was.
He wasn't here yesterday. I wasn't here.
What are you talking about?
Josh
wasn't there yesterday. He was doing jury duty. Well, he wasn't really doing jury duty. He was standing by to see if he would be selected, and they took one look at him and said, "Oh, man.
You fairy." Hey, look what I found.
What'd you find?
And I don't dislike this group, and I don't think you're gay for liking them. We were just talking about them, I think, yesterday. Pretty sure they only had one hit, and then I remember they had another one. And here it is. Here's the other one.
I know, it's, what you call it?
Yes, you're right.
From that soap opera. Player.
Right.
No, I didn't say they only had one hit. I said they only had one that I liked. They had two hits, Baby Come Back, and This Time I'm In It For Love. Right. And I don't have to look that up, because I know it's pretty easy to remember a pair. I had the 8-track of that. I'm ashamed to say that, but I did.
It's all right.
Didn't some of us have actual 8-track players in our cars back in the day? Yeah, in the 70s.
I had a portable 8-track player. So.
Well, there you go. That's even more tacky.
And I carried it around in my car.
I see. Well, all I can say to that is...
You fairy!
I had an ELO 8-track, for what it's worth.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Holy moly. Let's see, here's a fax I put off. What happened to the stuff I just printed out? I thought I was printing out. Oh, here it is. Jeez, not so loud, boys, okay? People are starting to talk. Anyway, that's a live performance. I hate those. Let's see, how about Cream, Eric Clapton, they're on there. Derek and the Dominoes, are they on there? Derek and the Dominoes? Fats Dominoes on there, thank goodness. Derek and the Dominoes not on there, belong on there, I think.
Yes,
don't you?
They do, I agree.
Loggins and Messina, not on there. Put it on the list. Got it?
We got it.
Boston. Now, is Boston... Boston's been around over 25 years, right?
Feels like they have.
Feels like they've been around much too long, as a matter of fact. Let me look it up.
I like them before they played the hell out of them.
Well, let me take a puke at it, okay? In fact, before I do that, can I just read you the thing?
Okay.
Where is it? I thought I just printed the damn thing out about the requirements. Frank Barcelona, founder of Premier Talent Agency, and Seymour Stein, chairman of Sire Records, were inducted in the Lifetime Achievement of Non-Performer category in the one yesterday. I have it here somewhere about how they do it and where. Oh, here it is. The Foundation's nominating committee, composed of rock and roll historians, select nominees each year in the artist category. Ballots are then sent to an international voting body of about 700 rock experts. Rock experts, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever after that means. Artists become eligible for induction 25 years after the release of their first record. Got that? Okay. Ballots are sent to an international voting body of about 700 experts. Well, who the hell is an expert? Huh? Rick Shaw?
Okay.
He's an expert. They ought to have Ricky Ticky on there. I bet you he doesn't get a vote. Let's see, Boston. First hit, 76, 20, sold American. Not even close. They're not on there. Put them on the list.
We got it.
What was the other one?
Finally found.
Oh, Kansas. Yeah. Kansas.
They're done.
Let's see. Here's one that says Jeff Beck. I don't think so. Do you?
Nah, I mean...
No. Not for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
If we're going to agree with that,
are they on there? No, yes. I would agree they belong on there.
They belong on there big time.
They belong on there. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
See, if we're going to make Josh turn around in his chair and type, it should be for somebody, that might get a vote or two.
Yeah, not Jeff Beck. How about Boston? Well, there's two for Boston. We just said that. And then it says Van Halen rules, says Charles in Lauderdale by the Sea. Another fact said Rush. Rush has not been around 25 years.
I think they might have.
Get out of here.
I think it's worth looking up.
You want to rush to judgment on this? Okay, let me look it up.
I think they might have been.
Yeah. Well, let me look out the window, okay? See if they're here. Rush. There's Run DMC. Rush Hard Rock in trio formed in Toronto. Geddy Lee, Alabama. Not even close.
Sorry.
First record 82. That sounds like 13 years to me. I know my Rush, mister. You sure as hell don't. Oh, and how about? I don't believe this. This is unacceptable. In fact, there's a website where they're trying to get this individual into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Rundgren.
Yeah, well.
You don't agree with that?
He belongs.
You don't agree with Todd Rundgren?
He belongs on there.
Yes.
He belongs on there. That's what I'm agreeing with. Large body of work.
1970.
Alone with other people, as a producer, as an artist.
There you go.
And
so let's get Todd Rundgren on there and see how Josh spells that. Yeah, Rush only since 82. Sorry about that. Here's a fax from Mark who says, I don't know.
23 years.
What?
You said 13. This is 23.
Who?
About Rush.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. How time flies when you're having fun. 23, not 13. Excuse me. Well, listen, when you get to be my age, you try to, condense it down, shorten it up a little bit.
I can't do math.
And then you say 23 years. Oh, jeez.
I had to check it on a calculator.
Mark says, I don't know if anyone's mentioned it, but there are several groups on your poll which, as of now, are ineligible. The first requirement is that 25 years have passed since the group's initial album was released. No, the first recording. R.E.M., whom I love, and Metallica, whom I despise, will both be in the Hall of Fame, but won't be eligible for 1 or 2 more years. Well, let's look that up. This guy might be right,
Look
Mark.
up R.E.M.
Okay?
They might be cutting it close, too.
You think? So what would be the year?
I was
then?
listening to them
80?
in high school, and I graduated in 82.
80 would be the year.
Right.
This is really, it's a damn good thing I got my book, you know what? If I didn't have my book, we'd be lost. We'd be doing all this online, and poor Josh there would have to be looking this up.
R.E.M. will be close.
There's Otis Redding. He just got in, Otis Redding. He's still sitting on the dock of the bay. Or was that was Percy Sledge, I'm sorry. He's in. R.E.M. First recording, you're right. Absolutely correct, Mark. 87, the one I love. That's 13 and 5 makes 18. Huh? They're 7 years short. Still short. Sorry, so let's get that off of there, R.E.M. Take it off. Can we do that?
We can take it off.
Can we take that off? Josh?
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
You fairy. And Metallica will both be a yada yada, et cetera, and so on. Nirvana won't be eligible for at least 10 more years. As far as groups that are not in the Hall of Fame but are eligible and should be in, it's Iggy Pop, either by himself or with the Stooges.
If we must.
Forget Lust for Life and Wild Child. I already have. Search and Destroy was, for me, the official Kickstarter of punk rock in the 70s. He's the godfather of punk for good and bad. Iggy Pop. What do you say, huh?
Yeah, he's icky, but whatever.
No. Here's a group that will never make the Hall of Fame unless the Bush family gets on the selection committee. The name is Prussian Blue. What is this, Mark? What are you talking about? They're twin 12-year-old girls from California whose mother is a white supremacist and publishes magazines extolling their venom and hatred. They go around performing folk covers of songs by skinhead bands like Screwdriver and Rahawa, and because they're 12-year-old twins, blonde named Lynx and Lamb, the media thinks they're oh so cute with just a wee bit of danger thrown in. Prussian blue, by the way, is the color of dye used in Cyclone B, which apparently was not found in concentration camps, which is a major piece of evidence the Holocaust deniers used while calling me a Christ killer, says Mark. Truly disgusting. Well, what does this have to do with anything? In conclusion, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Mo was given a talk show slot on the station because he was also going to be the Dolphins announcer and no longer will be the... why is his president... you don't get it. He's got another year and a half on his contract, Mark. If you think they're going to pay him or anybody else off just to go away, you are dreaming. So anyway, sorry for being chronic, but I'm going to beat up old French Canadians now. Excellent choice, Mark.
You fairy.
Good work. Don't miss a one. Boy, I'm telling you, this stuff is pouring in here. We're going to have a long, long list. We're going to have to take a couple off. And believe me, if anybody can make it happen, between Josh and Eric, they're working on it.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
And the list too.
Exclusively on 560 QAM.
You drudge packing? From time to time, I have been called the comeback kid.
It's a routine sort of deal, and it'll knock me out of commission for a week or two, and I'll be back to normal. It's no big deal. And they said I was in the top 5% of men my age who helped. I feel fine.
Every day that goes by, I feel a little more like Rocky Balboa.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill gonna kill my ear. I got a bad case of loving you.
More than 100,000 physicians, and we're not through. We will try to do more. We shouldn't stop it. More than 250,000 physicians. It's ambitious and achievable, but it's not enough.
If this isn't good for my heart, I don't know what is.
Doctor, give me the news. I've got a bad case of loving you. No pill gonna kill my ear. I got a bad case of loving you.
Okay, 11:47. Boy, everybody's all whipped up into a frenzy about this. Let's get it right now because it's very scientific, and the world may continue spinning or not.
Reality
results of this poll.
On this.
This is a fact that says Rush has been around at least 29 years. Their first recording in 75, so we'll put them on there. We'll put Rush on there.
Sure.
Why not?
As we got 2 more faxes on Rush, by the way, and it inspired me to look up R.E.M. because I thought I was going crazy. I remember hearing them in high school, and their first single was released in 81. Still doesn't qualify for the poll, but I'm questioning the book that you're looking at now.
Well, no, these are only top 100, top 40 hits.
Okay.
Don't you understand?
Oh, I see. So
in other words, they could have had a whole bunch of singles, but it might have been years before they found it. Just like Rush. See?
I see.
That's where I'm making a mistake with Rush. I'm looking up there to see, and they didn't have a hit for a few years.
I see.
Good Toronto boys. Put them on there anyway.
Yes,
Rush.
That was the first concert I ever went to.
Get it on there. Now, Chip, who just will not stop faxing, who's more chronic than even some of the other... What?
I was laughing about Chip.
About what?
At Chip.
Oh, Chip?
Chip off the old...
Chip, I hate to say this to you, but...
You fairy.
Bad Company may not be on the list because the band started originally as free. Check your list for them. Is Free on there? Is Bad Company on there?
No.
They're not on there, okay? See, it looks to me, Chip, like you're just nitpicking now, nose-picking and nitpicking and looking to find fault, okay? Trust me, they're not on there.
Here's yet another fax criticizing our lack of knowledge about Rush and me in particular.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean you in particular? I'm
Scolding
sitting in
me
Toronto.
because,
That's where
I'm
they're
a
from. There they are on the street corner out there. How you doing, guys?
Nevertheless, I'm a big Rush fan, and I should know better.
And so?
And that's
like,
what
I
they
don't
said
like
on the
Rush.
fax.
Rush performed at the concert last summer, a year ago summer. You know, the SARS relief concert? There was Rush, and there was Burton Cummings. See, I should have recognized him at Woodbine. Well, actually, eventually I did. But, I mean, I should have recognized right away and run like hell. No, he was terrible in that concert. And I remember telling you that. This isn't just the sour grapes. I remember telling you it was embarrassing.
You did.
He was off his feed, man.
You said that. Sour grapes how?
And I love. There is nobody anywhere loves the Guess Who more than I do. I just love. And that's why when he was sitting there right next to me, I could have reached out and just smacked him in the side of the head and said, will you stop acting like a child here at these stupid slots? I didn't do it, though. And then Chip goes on to try to suck around. You know, I've always thought your taste in music to be impeccable. Ever since you mentioned many moons ago, your love for Aerosmith. Well, why does that make my taste in music impeccable just because I love Aerosmith? There are a lot of people out there that hate Aerosmith, which, again, I find very unacceptable. It says, and today's response to the poll is somewhat marginal at best. I guess you're right about my opinion. Yeah, we don't need any instructions on how to do a talk show. Like Larry King would say, I know how to do a talk show, Chip, okay? But you just keep sending those faxes and keep you off the street.
I know how to do a talk show.
You know what I'm saying, Chip?
You fairy.
Jeff says, now see, this is where, again, these people, everybody's got their little, you don't get it, Jeff. You just don't get it. How you consider these half-assed cheesy rock bands for the Hall of Fame? The Monkees, they didn't even sing. Well, you're wrong about that.
Right, eventually.
That says you should add Milli Vanilli while you're at it. They didn't sing. No, he's trying to take a shot. The Monkees. The Monkees. In fact, let me just look it up right now, okay? Mr. Hotshot Jeff, Mr. Expert, Mr. Music Maven, Jeff the Maven. And yes, I did like the Monkees. I had a lot of their, played their music on here. Let's see. Last Train to Clarksville, #1. I'm a Believer was #1 for 7 weeks.
Written by Neil Diamond, wasn't it?
Daydream Believer was #1 for 4 weeks. There's 3 #1 hits. A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, written by Neil Diamond, was #2 for a week. Steppin' Stone, Pleasant Valley Sunday, Valerie, Words. I mean, they had and of course their albums, it goes without saying. They had all kinds of great stuff on the albums that weren't even singles. Like Shades of Grey, remember that?
Yes, I do.
The Monkees. I mean, get out of here. Okay, so they were like TV. They were created. They were like a little bit like the Archies. The difference being that there were 1 or 2 that were real musicians. And unlike the Archies that made syrupy sugar, they made some good music, okay? That was lasting and it'll be remembered for a long time. Long after you're dead and buried, Jeff, they're still going to be singing Daydream Believer, you flaming queen, you.
fairy.
Right.
Yeah, and stop knocking the Archies.
Then it says the Hall of Fame is for the best of the best, not Bobby Rydell. Well, we put Bobby Rydell on there just because of the fact that it's on the margins. And I'm looking at the list that they've got on here. And if you're going to tell me that all of the people on here are the best of the best, then you're dreaming. You've got to be like Jimmy Reed, huh? Bobby Blue Bland was the best of the best. Bobby Rydell. Here you go. Wild One.
There you go.
I love it.
By the way, thank you, Duff, for this music collection over here.
He came in here again?
No, he had brought some CDs in with, like, #1.
Oh, he brought them in before?
Like,
that's okay. He brought them in here today. Burn them. And the records, too.
You fairy.
Okay, now, what am I looking at? And I'm just looking at some of the names on here that I find. Solomon Burke? What do you say, huh?
Who? Your grandpa.
Solomon Burke. I think that's Abe Solomon Burke. Is it?
What the hell
Sam
year
Cooke?
was that?
You send me, I mean...
Yeah, it does.
If Sam Cooke is in the Hall of Fame, then Bobby Rydell should be like heads and shoulders above him, in addition to which Bobby Rydell's still alive. And he's got a wife, you know. Yeah. I remember somebody once sent me a magazine, some fag mag, with Bobby Rydell stark naked. I mean, stark naked as a jaybird.
I had no idea.
Well, look at it. Look at his body of work, as they say.
You look at his body.
No, thanks. Wild One, which you just got through playing, was #2 for a week. He had Kissin' Time, We Got Love, Swingin' School, Volare, Sway, Good Time Baby, That Old Black Magic, The Fish, Jingle Bell Rock, I Want to Thank You, a whole bunch of stuff. Butterfly Baby, Forget Him. Forget Him was a big hit. It was #12 in 4 weeks on the charts. Well, I got another one I bet you that's not on there that should be, and you're going to laugh when I say it.
Okay.
I'm looking. No, they're not on there. Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels.
What's wrong with them?
Nothing's wrong with that. Jenny, take a ride. Devil with a blue dress on. Good. Sock it to me, baby.
Right.
Mitch, right. See, you don't understand it, Jeff. When you say the best of the best, there's a list here longer than your arm and leg put together, Jeff. And there are a lot of people on here that, quite frankly, leave me limp, that don't belong. And as a result, everything is relative, okay? It's dependent on whose relatives are voting on this. That evidently is the case.
Right.
I mean, James Taylor was on here, and as much as I despise, I have to admit he belongs on there, but it makes me want to cry.
Right.
Dusty Springfield is on here. I love Dusty Springfield. She never stole a freight train, but, I mean, come on. Is Dusty Springfield on a par with Foreigner, for example? No. Or Chicago? No. Or many of the other names, or the Dell Vikings, or many of the other names we've added here today?
No.
No way, Jeff. So your mama. How do you like that, Jeff? Right. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless
Hey, name
line.
this tune. I've never... Name this Key West. I don't know if we can say this anymore.
Paul and Paula.
Close.
Well, I got another one for you when we get done with this.
This was the #1 hit. In 1962.
I haven't got any idea.
Dick and Dee Dee.
Oh, Dick and Dee Dee, I remember them. They had something else. What is the name of that?
I don't know. What's this? This is, what is it? Tell me.
They had something else. Now,
besides a sense of humor?
Yeah. Let me look it up. Dick and Dee Dee, okay?
Well,
there's Dino, Desi, and Billy. There's Dickie doing the don'ts. Little Jimmy Dickens.
There's Dickie Lee.
Dick and Dee Dee, The Mountains High. What was the one you just played?
Tell me.
No, that was a marginal hit, but The Mountains High was #2 for 2 weeks, 10 weeks on the charts. The Mountains High.
What
not
year?
that we're not going to put them on there. But I got one for you that I don't see on here that really makes me very angry. And you'd say, oh, well, that's not real music. I don't care what you say. They were huge. Hey. There's Paul and Paula.
There you go.
1960, 61?
63.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Paul Revere and the Raiders.
I agree with you.
It's not even debatable. It's not up for discussion, okay, boys and girls? Paul Revere and the Raiders. I mean, if some of these other marginal people are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, wait till I get to the page with that stuff on there, huh? Yeah, no, stop.
I felt compelled.
That was bad. That was just a low blow. Let's see, is this under Revere? I wonder if they were from Revere, Mass. There's Renee and Renee. There's REO Speedwagon. What do you say?
I don't think they're old enough.
Yeah, they
Possibly. Are they really?
No, not quite. They're like
81,
yeah, they are.
Really?
Well, almost.
Cheesewagon. Let's not put them on there just because they suck so bad.
No. Well, they're not. They're a few months short.
Good.
December 80. Paul Revere and the Raiders, okay? Mark Lindsay, born... oh, wait a minute. No. I see. That was Paul Revere. Anyway, Paul Revere and the Raiders featuring Mark Lindsay, Just Like Me, Kicks, Hungry, The Great Airplane Strike, Good Thing, Ups and Downs, Him or Me, Let Me, Indian Reservation, etc. and so on. Paul Revere and the Raiders definitely belong on there. And if you don't believe me, all I can say to you is... You fairy! Exactly. Don't forget, we got Mo Howard David this afternoon. I heard the story going around that Mo said that he's done NFL football for 17 years. And even though he will not be doing the Dolphin games this season, he will be doing it for an 18th. So there's a major announcement coming on the Mo Doward Havid show one of these days soon. Maybe today.
Neil Rogers. Exclusively on 560 QAM.
Well, it beat at 12 to 1 hour on WQAM.
Celebrity Justice.
This is one of many.
Michael, as your defense attorney,
But I have something to do with many children.
Michael.
Thousands of children.
Michael.
Doing all kind of crazy stuff.
Michael.
You know, everything you can imagine.
Shut up.
Thousands upon thousands of children. Children all over the world.
Shut up.
Many, many, many children. Thousands of children.
Mike.
They want love. They want to be touched.
Michael.
When Macaulay Culkin were little.
Mr. Jackson.
Kieran Culkin would sleep on this side. Macaulay Culkin's on this side. His sister's in there. We're all just jamming the bed. I have a sick mind, yes.
Sounds like a pedophile.
I'm a pedophile. Of course, why not?
Oh.
He's totally for sex.
Celebrity Justice.
You fairy.
1201 at 560 WQAM. 543 votes on a poll. I'll give you the rundown in a second. Rush's debut album was, you're going to be very embarrassed when you hear the year.
72.
74.
Oh.
Close.
All right.
1974. Last year they had their big 30th anniversary bash.
Well, how do you like that?
30, man.
How do we miss that?
I don't know. We were down here.
I guess I just wasn't invited. Here's the deal. We got 543 votes. What group or artist should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame but is not? And it's just Chicago, we didn't put him on for quite a while until our caller called in, and it looked like they were going to make a dash for the top immediately, and Van Halen, for whatever reason, continues hanging on tenaciously. Van Halen 79, Chicago 61. That's disturbing.
It's a generational kind of thing. But by the way,
yes, something?
that, because it's a glaring omission. There's a band that's not on here, and they had 1 million hits. Everyone loved them. Influential. This one in particular is 75. It's one of their big hits. You'll recognize it in a second. It's not their biggest hit, though.
Oh. I hope not.
It's War.
Oh, yeah, it's War.
Yeah, Why Can't We Be Friends is that one. But they had 1 million, Spill the Wine, all that.
Yeah. Spill the Wine, Eric Burden and the Animals. And War.
Sorry. That's War.
Okay, put it on there if you want. Now, can I go back to this list?
Okay.
Chicago 71, trailed by 18. Three Dog Night 40. Guess Who 33. Jim Croce 31. And see, you were saying to me yesterday, I don't think so. He's not rock and roll. Or something like that.
No, it wasn't Jim Croce. I was agreeing with you about Jim Croce.
The Cars 27, Leonard Skinner 21, Metallica 20, which I thought we took Metallica off of there because they haven't been around. Well, let me look it up before we do that. Because some of these people are so far off, man. And not that I'm going to find it in here anyway. Right?
I'll look it up.
No, they're not even close. Take it off, please. Yes, 20. Yes.
No.
The Village People 12, Spinners 12, Stevie Winwood 11. We got the spelling right. Thank you. Del Vikings 11, ELO 10. ELO should be doing a lot better than that.
Yeah,
ELO, is there any question about ELO? No. It is just unconscionable. Nirvana 9, which I thought we were taking that off.
Oh, we never did talk about that one.
Well, what was the year again?
80. We'll take Nirvana off there.
Let me look. Let me just take a look. Not even close. Not even close to qualifying for being on there. What is wrong with us?
Metallica was 83.
Well, that doesn't cut it.
Nope.
Get it off. Blondie 9, Sonny and Cher 9, Johnny Rivers 8. The Johnny Rivers thing, two things. Why he doesn't have more votes and why he's not in there is so unacceptable, man. Johnny Rivers, even people who don't know the music from Secret Agent Man, right? Which wasn't his best song, but I'm just saying. Right?
Right.
Theme song from the show?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody don't know Secret Agent Man and love it. Dave Clark 5'8", Monkeys 7. Oh, you can't have the Monkeys on there. They weren't even real musicians. Linda Ronstadt 7. That's just grotesque that she's not on there. Grand Funk Railroad 7. Jan and Dean 7. Venture 6. Ronette 6. George Michael 6. Vanilla Fudge 5. Speaking of George Michael. Procol Harum and the Grassroots 5. The fact that the Grassroots have only 5 is enough to make me sit on the floor and cry for many hours. Janie Americans 4. Motley Crue 4. The Miracles 4. Rush 3. Emerson, Lake and Palmer 3. 3 for Shania Twain. The Turtles, Kingston Trio. 2 apiece for Boston, Herman's Hermits, Edgar Winter Group, Bobby V, Bobby Rydell, Marvelettes, Todd Rundgren, and Derek and the Dominoes in Kansas, and 38 Special. I thought 38 Special didn't qualify. And Bad Company, and Leslie Gore and Harry Nielsen, and the Box Tops and the Crystals and Kingsman, Edwin Starr and the Buckingham's 1 apiece. And none yet for George Thorogood. When the hell did we put him on there? Rich Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Association, Helen Reddy, Edison Lighthouse, Marty Robbins, and Little Eva have the big.
Oh!
Even Little Eva, even after you played like a little bit of the Locomotion. How do you like
Tragic.
that? That is sad.
Look what I found. Okay, you first. Just more of that live cylinder.
Oh, that's not the one I wanted to play. The one I wanted to play was.
Okay.
What do they got? 0. They got the big track. Oh! Like I said, you sure don't know your music, mister. Yeah.
What?
I thought you were playing something.
Oh, I am. Here you go. What the hell is it? Oh, it starts out like that.
Oh, I see. Real low.
It's your favorite. You know all her hits.
You fairy. What was that?
It was Helen Reddy, Angie Baby.
Oh, no.
That's all I could stand.
I remember the beginning of
What
that.
more?
And probably blocked it out of my mind. No, don't do any more. I hate Helen Reddy. I can't stand her. Yeah. But she belongs on here no matter what anybody says. Does she have any votes, or did we not put her on here? I don't remember reading her. She didn't have any votes. It's just pretty sad. Pretty sad. Little Eva's got none. The association has got none. And there was one here that only had one that I just blew me away. Oh, the Kingsmen. See, they just don't understand it. I don't think there have been very few records in the history of rock and roll music that have been as widely heard, as influential, as widely discussed, played, etc.
What year was that?
What?
What year was that?
Louis, I would say 63. Let me look it up. The Kingsmen, medley of their smash. Let's see, the Kingsmen, here they are. The Kingsmen, Weekend, they had a song called Weekend. Nobody ever heard it. 11/30/63, Louis. And then, of course, it was re-released 400 times. But what do these people know, huh? 63, that's 42 years ago. That's older. That's before most of these people were born, like Josh Cordes. Although Josh Cordes knows from Louis, right?
Everybody does.
Everybody in the world knows Louis. And all I can say, if you don't know that song, if you're not like into the Kingsmen, all I can say to you is...
You fairy.
Right.
I don't think they ever made a college movie that wasn't in.
Right. Every movie, every bar, every place. What is with you people? How will you get with it and smell the coffee? But then again, the grassroots has got 5 votes, so it goes to show you. We are swimming upstream in South Florida. They got, taste in their tush. That's why I like when Boca Brian does some of these brilliant song parodies, and that's one of the all-time best.
Yeah.
It's like farting into a windstorm. It's like screaming into a vacuum.
It's just for us.
Just for our enjoyment. Thanks, Boca. Thanks, Delray Danny. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how about
yes, sir.
America and Steve Miller?
America is a sensational choice, and Steve
Steve
Miller is not on there either. How do you like that? 2 good ones. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Steve Miller was one of the first, Steve Miller Band, one of the first groups that had 4-letter word in a song.
Right, and we like
that funky stuff that was going down in the city. Remember that?
Right, funky stuff.
Well, no, they changed it to funky kicks going on in the city. And, of course, that was not the original word. And we certainly aren't going to even come close to saying it here because recent developments. But Steve Miller Band. And what was the other one he said?
America. Which is tragic.
America, a horse with no name. Oh, I bet on that one at Pompano Park last year.
I'm getting quicker at this. See, these aren't alphabetical. They're on here by the date. That's why I keep asking.
Oh, I see.
So I just have to eyeball it. They had so many good songs. How could they not be on here?
Sister Golden Hair was #1 for a week.
Horse with no name, like you said.
I Need You, which was my favorite America song. I Need You was great. Lonely People.
Good one.
You Can Do Magic.
Yes, I can. You can see.
Ventura Highway.
Alligator Lizard.
Daisy Jane.
Right.
Tin Man. Don't Cross the River. And all of these things. Okay, great. America did a good choice. Oh, and what were the years on those? I guess I should have looked. But it's in the 70s. Those were in the 70s.
Whatnot. Right.
Oh, I mean, I realized that there were no Etta James. There were no Moonglows. You see, a lot of those old 50s R&B type group like the Moonglows and some of this, that's nostalgia. I mean, the Moonglows, quite honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, you know who wants to hear the Moonglows? The doo-wop crowd, you know? Now, like here, Sam and Dave are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, everybody knows Hold On, I'm Coming. In fact, that's Ed Kaplan plays that a lot on his show, and James Brown also. But Sam and Dave in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, is that ridiculous or what?
Yeah.
Huh? Ludicrous?
Absolutely.
Sam and Dave, my ass.
Ludicrous, no, that's not old enough.
Seriously, Sam and Dave is just, I just love Ludicrous. Love those lyrics. Sam and Dave, there you go. Soul Man, I'm a soul, and Hold On, I'm Coming. And I thank you, which I don't even remember. I thank you. Guess where Sam Moore of Sam and Dave was born?
Toronto.
No.
Miami.
Yep.
All right. Well.
And Dave Parker, or Prather. That's right, I forgot. Dave Parker, the Cobra, played for the Pirates, was a coke addict. Dave Prather, born on 5/9/37 in Osceola, Georgia. Prather was killed in a car crash on 4/9/88 at the age of 50. The duo was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1992 because of Soul Man and Hold On, I'm Comin'. That is just enough to make me caca, man. Sam and Dave, your ass. Do you think they're even close to qualifying for that?
Whatever.
I mean, they had a couple of good records, that's all. But were they, like, influential?
No.
Were they, like, memorable? What was the big simmers with Sam and freaking Dave? Well, that's right, Sam was born in Miami.
There you go.
So that was his excuse.
I can't find them on here.
12 minutes afternoon at 5:60 WQM. Spring is almost here. Let's see, what's the date today? The 16th?
Okay.
5 days away, the official start of spring. And now's a great time to get on down to Armstrong Ford Homestead for some great deals on new 05s. Right now, get your ass behind the wheel of a Focus or Escape with $2,000 cash back from Ford and 0% financing. How about an Exhibition with $3,000 cash back and 1.9% financing? Check out the 05 four-door Explorer now at Armstrong Ford Homestead with $2,500 cash back and 1.9% financing. And don't forget, only when you buy from Armstrong Ford Homestead will you get their exclusive Tires, Parts, and Batteries for Life program, plus that free Florida Sun Pass. Armstrong Ford Homestead is proud of our servicemen and women. If you're in the military, or if you have a relative in the military, no matter if it's active duty, reservist, National Guard, or Coast Guard, you'll get a military appreciation discount on top of all of these other things. David Rich and his staff at Armstrong Ford Homestead will guarantee you the best price, and because they're locally owned and operated, they're not looking for just a one-shot deal. They'll treat you great because they want to make you a lifelong customer and have you coming back year after year. Armstrong Ford Homestead, 30725 South Dixie Highway, 20 minutes south of the 836. Check them on the web at ArmstrongCars.com or give David or Victor a call at 305-247-5112. Be sure when you call Armstrong Ford Homestead, tell them that Fat Boy ate 3 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts on Monday. 305-247-5112. Drive a little and save thousands on that new Ford at Armstrong Ford of Homestead.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Like about 10:45 would be good for me. Does that work for you?
I remember 4 years ago, didn't win the popular vote.
No.
But now things have changed, and here's the deal. I won by a lot, so I'll do what I feel, appointing judges to the bench. Hey, you know what? Maybe go invade the French. I will privatize Social Security, so don't be surprised, 'cause everyone gave me a mandate. I won't let any gay people marry. Oh boy, this is fun, a mandate. All the Democrats think that it's scary, but I'm number one with a mandate. You can't do any more stem cell research. We're gonna do it my way, oh mandate. And you'll all have to start going to church every Sunday. What the heck? Laura makes me go. You might as well go. Sure glad I'm a president, not a singer for a living.
You know, it's a real good thing that nobody has called in speaking of that particular song and mentioned the unmentionable one.
Yeah, no.
Barry Manilow.
See, you mentioned it.
I said it. If anybody suggested Barry Manilow, I would say...
You fairy.
Right.
Yeah, that's not rock and roll.
That's
I
not
think we
music.
can agree.
That's not music. Bad news, more shootings again. One man was killed, 2 others were wounded early today when gunmen tried to rip off a small stakes card game in Pompano Beach. BS spokesman Hugh Graham said one of those injured was one of the gunmen. Graham said Booker Bryant, 47, and 3 other men were playing cards inside 2726 Northwest 5th Avenue in 5th Street in Pompano Beach around 1 a.m. when 2 men armed with handguns burst through the front door and demanded the bettors' cash. One of the card players struggled with one of the gunmen, disarming him. Shots rang out. When the smoke cleared, Bryant, another card player, and one of the gunmen, later identified as Corey Edwards, 17, were shot. Bryant was treated for a minor gunshot wound and released from North Broward Medical Center, but his fellow gambler, a 38-year-old man whom the BS did not identify, was pronounced dead at the facility, playing a card game. Corey Edwards is in custody at the Broward County Jail and faces a murder charge. Other charges against him are pending. The second suspect is still on loose and likely armed, Graff said. Investigators asking anybody with information about this shooting to call Crime Stoppers at 954-493-TIPS. Got it?
Got it.
Good. Let's see. What is this all about? Why did you send this to me?
What?
This fax.
With just that, like, one line on it?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh. Very profound. Although I certainly, as Smokey Robinson would say, second that emotion.
Yeah.
5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. We're looking for the group or artist that ought to be in the Rock and Hall Roll of Fame. Rock and Hall, but isn't. Got to be 25 years since you made your first record. Not your first hit, not your first...
Right. and at least as good as this person.
Why do you keep playing Helen Reddy?
Because I find him. He's ready.
Anybody that plays Helen Reddy records...
You fairy.
Yeah, that's what they're going to start saying to you. I'd rather hear Bobby Gentry in the Ode to Billy Joe.
Coming right up.
Makes me think back of that movie again, Ode to Billy Joe with Robbie Benson.
Yeah, I know why.
Who jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge because of that guy got him in that tent there, and they did some kind of like gay stuff. Yeah. Bobby Gentry was pretty good. Again, not qualified for this. I mean, she didn't have that kind of an impact, but she sure was better than Helen Reddy. But Helen Reddy belongs on the list because she had a whole bunch of hits. Why, we don't know.
I don't know.
Because there were a lot of militant dykes out there that just wanted to run around, making a big simus.
We're not going to put this guy on, but I like saying his name.
Engelbert Humperdinck?
Yeah.
Don't say it too often.
No, not in this climate.
WQAM, hello.
Frankie Lyman, put him on there.
He's already on there. It's the same jackass that called yesterday. He's already on there. He wanted to make a big deal about that. And you know something? He doesn't belong on there. That's the worst part of the whole thing. He doesn't come close to belonging on there. By the way, he's still dead, for your benefit, sir.
Since we mentioned him earlier.
People getting shot up.
But it took a long time.
That music is so low.
Well, I can turn it up louder.
Oh.
Because if I'm playing it off the computer, we don't have a lot of juice coming off the PC.
Oh, I see. Don't have too much juice.
We could read a weather report over this.
If we had some toast to go with it, then we could have, like that show on Waxy. Juice, toast, omelet.
Is that the stuff that's going to destroy us? Anyway, Steve Miller Band, but here's one for you.
Yeah.
One of your favorites. Close personal friend of yours.
Who the hell is that?
He had a solo hit with this song.
Who is it?
You have to know, 77. It's one of your favorites.
No, it's not. I have no idea who that is.
Burton Cummings.
Oh, that's Burton Cummings?
Yes, it is.
Like I said, I know who that is. I know him personally. Get it off. Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, born in Bronx, New York. Lead singer Lyman was born on 9/30/42 in New York City. Died of a drug overdose. I thought he got shot. Drug overdose on February of 28 at the age of 25. Other members included Herman Santiago, Jimmy Merchant, Joe Negroni, who died 9/5/78 at the age of 37, and Sherman Garnes died 2/6/77 at the age of 36. These guys sure didn't live too long. Group appeared in movies Rock, 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 Mr. Rock and Roll, inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993. One hit, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? It only got to number 6. They also had Goody Goody, da-da-da-da-da, Goody Goody, remember that? And I Want You to Be My Girl, which nobody ever heard of that one. Although actually that was bigger than Goody Goody. Neither one of them were all that big. So they had one hit wonders basically, and they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Because of that guy that calls all the time. He's the reason, right?
Absolutely. Oh, this is so good.
I don't like the fact that it looks like Van Halen is going to win. Not that I want to influence the poll, you understand. It's fair and square unless you get with it. I mean, honestly, is there any comparison between Van Halen and Chicago?
No.
Let's ask Josh Cordes, a young punk like him. Is there any comparison?
No, but I mean, I hate Van Halen anyway, but no.
Ah! Well, see, there you go.
That's because Josh has good taste.
Oh!
You see, what the problem is, what these people are confusing is not who do you like.
Right.
By the way, did we put Dionne Warwick on there?
Did we?
Does she have any votes? I mean, she belongs on there as much as we find her personally objectionable and obnoxious.
I agree.
I don't see no Dionne Warwick on here, do you? I think that Josh screwed up, with all due respect.
I think she'll be going on right now.
Yeah, come on, get with it now. Just because you got a bug up your butt about that psychic hotline, man, I don't blame you.
Hello.
He probably called it.
By the way, there's a super group that isn't on there.
Yes?
Super Tramp.
Oh, my God!
How can they not be?
You have to be kidding me.
As monumental as they were over 30 years
Supertramp
old.
is not on there?
I just checked. Unless I'm spelling it wrong. S-U-P?
Yeah, that's right. Super, as in Superman, Superboy, Super Salad.
Super Salad.
Yeah. That just goes to show how asinine. Of course, then what are the years? Do you know what the year is?
Well, that song was
before.
77.
That's ancient, right?
Yeah. Huh?
We're back, ready for round 2.
From your favorite movie.
Yes,
with that great ending.
Oh, this is so
All
good.
right.
Rich and creamy.
It was early morning yesterday.
Oh,
always up before the dawn.
I'm going to say something radical right now. As much as I love Chicago, and Chicago deserves to be on there, Supertramp is better. I know you're not going to agree with that.
What? I love Supertramp.
Supertramp is so good that
I wore
it's
the
just
Oxide
beyond
off of
belief.
that album. That Breakfast in America, I wore the Oxide off of it.
Didn't have the body of work that Chicago did.
Darth Vader guest vocals.
When I was young,
Love the song.
that life was so wonderful. A miracle. Oh, it was beautiful, magical. And all the birds in the trees.
I even bought this CD over again.
So happily. Oh, joyfully. Oh, playfully watching me. Oh! But then they send me away. Teach me how to be.
Oh, well, that's where it goes. Get that on there right away. Supertramp and Dionne Warwick.
We got it.
I think she may be doing the vocal on that one. Ever see her and Supertramp together? Same crowd.
No.
Now, Van Halen, I mean, yeah, they got a bunch of stuff on here, but, you know, Jump, that, Jump. I like to jump when I hear their name. They make me nauseous. It was #1 for 5 weeks.
You don't understand. Everyone around me at the time was all playing and into and wetting themselves over Van Halen, and I
think that's because they like David Lee's growth.
I had to grit my teeth and just bear it.
Really?
Yeah. And Van Halen, too.
Oh, man. They leave me limp.
Get your fix with Neil Rogers. Weekdays from 10 to 2 on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
I gotta start eating right. My chest is getting tight. My cholesterol count is going off the charts. Pumping and pumping. I'm not feeling too good. I think I might buy the farm.
Hi, I'm Daryl Hall. You know, even though my hair looks really good and I got a great bod and all the women really love me, I got a problem. High cholesterol. So that's why I ate this new Hall & Oat brand cereal. Every tasty little flake is shaped just like my partner John, except they're bigger and they don't hold back my career. Anyway, before you've lost that living feeling, rock and roll with a healthy bowl of Hall & Oat brand. Hey, it's the only thing I like better than me.
Oh, try a bowl. Add some milk and chew it up. Try some Hall & Oat. Be a bread eater.
Hall & Oat brand cereal from the makers of Guns N' Raisins.
Oh, have a bowl. Be a bread eater.
I'm going to tell you, if Hall & Oats don't belong on there, my name is Johnny Rivers. How do you like that?
Okay.
Hall & Oats. You don't think so?
I've been a Hall & Oats fan, but then not. They destroyed
Well, let
them.
me tell you this. Sarah Smile, she's gone. Rich Girl is a bitch girl. What other song do you remember there where they said bitch in the song, huh? Just for that alone, they deserve high
Fifth
marks.
on my list, which I hated.
That was #1 for 3 weeks. Rich Girl, #1 for 2 weeks. Private Eyes was #1 for 2 weeks. You Make My Dreams, top 5. I Can't Go For That, No Can Do, #1 for a week. Maneater, #1 for 4 weeks that we just got through the parody. Did It in a Minute.
Was Family Man ever a hit for them?
Yes, number 12. It got 12 weeks on it. Big hit. And Say It Isn't So, Adult Education, Out of Touch, Method of Modern Love, Yada Yada, Everything Your Heart Desires, reached number 3, 11 weeks on the chart. Hall & Oats, big, huge, and certainly no Etta James. No, I'm sorry. There's some on here that are glaring that don't belong there, and then there's some that, like John Lee Hooker. Why is John Lee Hooker in a Hall of Fame?
Right. Why are these people not?
Right.
These people right here. John Lee Hooker was blues.
Yeah, and?
Nevertheless, he's on there.
Sounds like Elton John. What is that?
Close to Little River Band.
Oh, Little River Band.
They had like
I
a
hate
million
them.
hits.
I despise them. But you're right. They belong on there. Little River Band belongs. They were huge. They were big. They were like influential.
Every 5
Little
minutes.
River Band. I don't like them, but they belong on there. Absolutely. Now, like the Impressions are on here. I'm not knocking the Impressions, but if you were going to pick between the Spinners and the Impressions, is there a contest?
None whatsoever.
There is no contest. No lo contendere, okay? Not even close. It's like Secretariat winning the Belmont by 75,000 lengths. It's not even close. The Impressions were okay. They were fine. They were like, okay, like that. I'm sorry. There's just something very, very wrong with this.
Look who else is on there. Look who's not on the list. And this one's from 1980. Just to make sure.
You fairy.
Don't say that about Phil Collins. Phil Collins. Genesis, anyway.
No. How is that possible?
Must be some misunderstanding.
How is that possible that either the group or him individual?
Right.
Because sometimes, as you look through the list, there's like Sonny and...
correct. Well, like the Beatles, and individually they have...
Not Sonny, you're right. Or like Simon and Garfunkel and then Paul Simon individually, because he did a lot of stuff on his own. But like, how can Phil Collins and or Genesis not be on there?
Various incarnations, groundbreaking, all these things.
Little guy, little people.
All of these things.
Wow. Oh, President Bush to name FCC member Kevin Martin as the new head of the FCC. How about that, huh?
Oy.
Yeah. That's no help. That's 10 more gigantic steps backward. Thanks a lot, Wolf, you Nazi you.
Here we go. I knew if I looked long enough.
Look at that. Chicago's only 8 behind Van Halen. I'm liking that.
Not one of my favorites, but it's the one I could find for Hall & Oates.
Here's a fax that says the associations in the Hall of Fame. Well, first of all, it's the association, not the associations. And they're on a poll. I put them on there because along comes Mary. And we cherish the memory of the association. But the fact of the matter is, now, it seems to me that one or more of those kids was born in Hawaii. Hawaiian guys. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't
know. Let me
about
look
that.
it up, okay? They're not getting any votes. Do they have any at all?
Take a look.
Huh? What happened to them? No, they have no votes. No votes. 639 votes, and the poor association got zippity-doo-dah. They got the big...
Oh!
But then again, so does little Eva still has. And Edison Lighthouse. I didn't think you were going to put Edison Lighthouse on there, but love does grow where my
whatever. It won't get
rosemary goes.
Here's
in the
another
backyard.
glaring omission.
Oh, the association.
Sorry, while you're reading.
Go ahead.
I can play this while you're reading.
Cherish, number 1 for 3 weeks in 1966. Along Comes Mary, top 10. Windy, number 1 for 4 weeks in 67. Windy. Never My Love, number 2 for 2 weeks.
Anyway, it sticks, and I don't see them on the list unless I blinked and missed it.
That stinks. Styx is not on there. I love Styx.
I know. Many albums, many hits, and yeah, sure, they coughed up blood at the end, but... You know,
got it? STYX. I'm sure that Josh knows
all about Styx.
He what?
He knows all about Styx and the Stones.
Really? And here's a good one that says... And by the way, Bad Company, did we put that on there, Bad Company? What about Bad Finger? I love Bad Finger.
Yeah,
well, not
the one up for
Finger,
Josh
Bad
right
Finger.
Yeah.
What? What's wrong with Bad Finger?
I love Bad Finger.
Now, they don't belong in here, though. No Matter What, Day After Day, Come and Get It. That was Baby Blue. That was it.
Find them. What year
I
was
like
that?
Bad Finger, but that No Matter What, they sounded so much like the Beatles, it was scary. And weren't they on, let me look it up again, weren't they on Apple Records on the Beatles label?
It's possible.
Let's see. Apple Records, how do you like that? Nice going, Neil, you old toad you. Thank you. Told you.
What year was that? Day after day.
Boy, why are you doing this to me? Every time I close it up, I got to open it up again. Day After Day was December 1871.
All right,
that's what Kathy Willett said.
I'm totally
And Screw Ann. Okay, here's the fact. Is what about? And I was looking for this because Boca cut me a disc, and I remember playing this on the air. What does it take to win your love? And Shotgun. I don't know where it is. What about Junior Walker and the All Stars? You know, that is. See, there's another example. So many big, fat, juicy hits. I think it's a racial thing myself. That pisses me off. Get that on there right away. Junior Walker and the All Stars. Roadrunner, Shotgun. What does it take to win your gloves? I mean, I realize not every group in the world can be on there, but if you're going to have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, let's do it right. Let's honor the people who really made some great music and were big and influential, and everybody loved them, ran out and bought their records and had a bunch of big, fat, juicy, smelly hits, okay? You idiots, you.
Like Bobby Sherman.
Yeah, there you go, Bobby Sherman.
You fairy.
Remember Sherman's Hermits? Get rid of him. Don't you play no Bobby Sherman, or otherwise they will be saying.
You fairy.
That's him. Bobby Sherman, my ass. Anyway, we got Mo Howard-David, who's going to be broadcasting his 18th NFL season of football this season. We don't know for whom, but he's coming along at 2. Mad Dog at 4. Then we got UM Baseball with the unctuous Joe Zagacki and the Beast at 6:55.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
We like you, Joe, but oh my God, that voice, that personality.
No.
Excelente. WQAM. Hooray!
Noel Bush with a moral message about the sin of gambling.
As you know, no one knows more about moral Christian values than my father. And your governor for life who knows what's best how he wants to run our lives. After smoking a peace pipe with Super Chief Tiger in the tank, he asked me to extol his wisdom upon you. Gambling is a sin, according to his version of the Bible. Unless, of course, it's in a sprawling casino that takes up half of Hollywood. Then it's okay. So on behalf of my Holy Father, this is Noel Bush saying, thank you, old Cubans.
Ever notice how much Noel Bush sounds like Al Franken?
Huh?
It's 14 till 1 at 560 WQM. Now, Dionne Warwick doesn't have any votes. It would help. I probably won't get any anyhow, but if you spelled her name even close to correctly.
Did I?
I mean, D-E-O-N. Even Deion Sanders don't spell it that way, and Dion DiMucci don't. I don't know anybody.
Well, I know there's an I in there. I just missed it.
D-I-O-N-N-E, okay? 2 N's, D-I-O-N-N-E. I just mentioned that. I'll give you something to do, right?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what just breaks my heart. I can handle little Eva getting short shrift, okay. I'm not happy about it. Oh, I think she just finally got a vote. Did she?
I don't know.
Let's see. Little Eva got a vote. Oh, hallelujah. Must be my psychic powers. But I'm looking at Supertramp, and they've got the big...
Oh!
Huh?
I just sent you a fax about them from Bob, who's a deaf person.
Knocking Supertramp?
No. He's saying play more Supertramp. I don't know what I'm talking about. When did I say I didn't like Supertramp?
George loves Supertramp.
I love Supertramp. Deeply.
Hey, Bob.
You fairy.
By the way, some of my most memorable heavy petting sessions were to the tunes of Supertramp.
Were they really?
Yes, they were.
Well, I mean, the fact, like the Logical song, for example, I mean, their songs live on forever.
Right.
I mean,
that's
in
one of the best
movies
songs
and
in the
commercials
of the universe.
Right. I mean, I just don't understand how anybody could not like them, and they have no votes. I realize a lot of our people have already voted for somebody else, and we're adding on and building the poll, which, of course, is horrendous. We hate doing that. But Little River Band, did we ever put them on?
I don't know.
Well, we should.
We did. We should.
Well, they had a lot of hits, man. I didn't like them, but I don't let that... Oh, no, here's another one. And I don't like him at all, to be honest with you. Now, let me just look and see if he's in here. On here. No. Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, we did Loggins and Messina, but not individually.
We did put him on there?
Well, I think we put Loggins and Messina on there, but Kenny Loggins by himself certainly.
We did put Loggins and Messina?
I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, Kenny Loggins by himself. Footloose was the number one for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand it. Look,
I'm just having a
I'm
reaction.
not talking about whether we liked him. I'm talking about his impact on the industry. Kenny Loggins with Steve Perry.
Right.
Talk about ugly.
I mean, he had some good songs. That just wasn't one of them.
Danger Zone? Huh?
Yeah.
Whenever I Call You Friend?
I like that.
Loggins and Messina. Their claim to fame was Your Mama Don't Dance, and that's Your Mama. That's it. Your Mama. That's the end of it. They had 2 marginal hits after that, Thinking of You and My Music, but that was it. See, the way I'm looking at this is if I were voting, which of course I never would because I have bad taste and I'm a craggy old man, but the fact of the matter is, if there was a group or an artist that had like the Kingsmen, that had one hit, but it was just like so dynamic and so influential and just played forever. You know what I mean? It lived on forever through the annals of recorded music. They would have to qualify.
I agree.
Right?
No question.
So in other words, somebody that had like 20 marginal crappy hits, I don't know, maybe and maybe not. Okay, let me take a look at this nasty fax here. Bob says, play more Supertramp all day, every day. George doesn't know what he's talking about. And then George writes on that, what are you talking about, Bob, you dumb deaf F.
He's a deaf F.
Oh, Def Leppard. No. Let's see. Jerry in Bonita Springs says the poll today is a real eye-opener. I followed the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Wow. That Jerry in Bonita Springs. Well, you got to have something to do when you live over there, right?
I reckon.
Since its beginning in '86, I very much agreed with most of the inductees. I never thought to consider who had not been inducted. He says, I find it appalling and unconscionable that Johnny Rivers, Chicago, and the Monkees are not in the Hall of Fame. It's just, it's mind-blowing. I realize that we have more important fish to fry. There are people dying all over the world, and America's gone gun crazy again, all kinds of crap. And, of course, that guy wants some more pancakes with blueberry syrup.
Wouldn't you?
But nevertheless. Huh?
Wouldn't you?
No, not. Maybe he ought to eat them on Blueberry Hill.
That'd be a nice last meal for him.
Boy, a whole lot of... Harry Chapin. What do you say, Harry Chapin? I don't know.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. Is he on there?
I don't think
he's
so.
Not in there. Eric Clapton's in there, and rightfully so, as much as I despise Eric Clapton. I hate... Also, it says, I'm a little tired of people saying the Monkees weren't musicians. Mike Nesmith played coffee houses on the West Coast before the Monkees. Yeah, why do I keep saying Peter Tork? Michael Nesmith was the musical genius of the group.
Right, I forget.
He also wrote different drum for Linda Ronstadt. Peter Tork played second guitar for folk performers at Carnegie Hall prior to the Monkees. Just an afterthought, John Stewart wrote Daydream Believer, was also a former member of the Kingston Trio, which I put the Kingston Trio on there. Did they get any votes? Probably not.
Probably not.
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, you idiots. The MTA, will he ever come back? Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, here's another good one. We don't have them on there? They're not in there? The Hollies. Buddy Holly's in there, and rightfully so, even though, of course, he lived to about 5 days. The Hollies. Wow. Jerry of Bonita Springs, you the man. Look through any window. Bus stop, on a carousel. Carrie Ann, he ate heavy, he my brother.
Air that I breathe.
Man, Jerry, you have got your thumb right on it. The Hollies. Get that on there right away. That's Hollies. I have to spell these things because, Josh is illiterate. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell Hollies.
The Hollies. Is that incredible or what? The Sugar Hill Gang, says Dennis in Miami. Dennis, you need some help. The Sugar Hill Gang.
You fairy.
Maniac.
They belong on there like George Michael does.
Are you crazy? Oh!
As in they both don't.
Do you want me to go through the George Michael things again? You're just such a hard ass.
Yeah,
By the way,
I know.
Styx.
I am.
I'm so glad you thought of Styx, though, because that would have been such a grotesque.
Tragic.
Horrendous. Who am I looking for?
Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah, and how many hits did they have?
1.
You're playing it.
And a half.
And what did that get to? Number 36 on the chart. It was on there in the top 40 for 2 weeks. That's a medley of their smash. And he's telling me that they belong on there like Miss Michael is. See, that sounds to me like just one of those things. What's wrong with you?
You fairy.
Right.
I put it on there.
What?
Sugar Hill Gang.
No, get out of here. Based on what? Based on what?
I said they don't belong on there, neither does George Michael.
Why did you put that on there, you lunatic, you?
Hey.
You crazy person. You
fairy.
Huh? You put the Sugar Hill... Get that off of there right away, if not sooner. Don't look at our poll for a few minutes, folks, till Josh gets that off. I'm so embarrassed. The Sugar Hill Gang, your ass. Your mama.
By the way, I'm noticing.
Let me say it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 number one hits.
Irrelevant.
For Miss Michael. And again, let me say it again. I despise her like poison. But it's not even a contest. It's no, Although, let me say this to you. His first hit was 84. Now, what about with Wham? With his boyfriend.
I just got a shudder.
Yeah, Wham this. Oh, no, actually, that was 84. So he hasn't been around long enough, so he doesn't belong on there.
For a lot of reasons.
No, and not for that reason. When you got a guy that had 10 number one hits, whether you hate him like poison or not, he's got to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you simpleton you. In addition to which, like Wake Me Up Before You Go with Wham, what a horrible. That was number one for 3 weeks. Careless Whisper, number one for 3 weeks. I Want Your Sex was number 2.
People that had big hits that...
Faith, number one for 4 weeks. Father Figure, number one for 2 weeks. One More Try, number one for 3 weeks. Monkey, number one for 2 weeks. Praying for Time, number one. Don't Let the Sun Go Down. I mean, George Michael and Elton John. Don't Let Your Sun,
Never do. Here's an individual and a band that is not on here alone or with anyone who had a million hits and was certainly rock and roll and influential on all of these things and is not on there.
Yeah.
How could Alice Cooper not be on there? Trend-setting, inspiring people like Marilyn Manson to rip off his entire act,
right?
His entire concept.
Alice Cooper is not in there?
I don't see it, unless you do. Maybe he's under Cooper?
No, not under anything, not even under the pooper.
Great.
Okay, did we decide about Harry Chapin? Are we putting him on the list?
I think we put him on there.
I put him on.
Okay. Well, if you're going to put the Sugar Loafers on there, what a lunatic.
I really didn't, just,
You what?
Calm down.
Oh! How is this possible? And we talk about these people. I'm glad Carolyn is still with us. She's upset with me about, about Leo, which he made an exception today. I will never talk about Leo again until next time, Carolyn. I'm sorry. I can't stand him. He makes my inside twitch. He makes my stomach it gives me spilkies, okay, Carolyn? But anyway, she's got a very good one, and I can't believe that they're not on there. Bread. Oh, my God, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, my ass. How do you like that? Bread. Let's see. Make It With You was number 1. Baby, I'ma Want You was number 3. If was number 4. The Diary was number 15. Everything I Own was number 5. Lost Without Your Love. Aubrey, Sweet Surrender. The Guitar Man. Mother Freedom. Let Your Love Go. It Don't Matter to Me. Etc. Bread. Colossal. Sensational. Great voice, David Gates. Ugly, but great voice. Big, huge, gigantic. Okay? Bread. We got it. Let's see. Here's a couple more. Eric Burden. Well, the animals are in here, right? The animals are on there. He's just not in there individually, but the animals. Rare Earth. Rare Earth is not on there?
It isn't?
What do you say?
It ought to be.
I agree. So let's get Rare Earth on there, and Harry Chapin you already put on there. And don't forget Sugar Loafers, too.
You fairy.
Serious. 12:56 at 560 QAM.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
2-hour highway. You fairy.
There's a man who leads a life of danger. Everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Read every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, they're giving you a...
Yeah, what about Kiss, somebody says? How's that possible?
Right.
And ABBA. You say ABBA, I say ABBA. Or is it the other way around?
I like ABBA a lot, but what?
But what?
They're not rock and roll.
Pop/rock.
Pop.
Big. ABBA. Put it on there. They're no Sugarloaf gang.
They have both volumes of their greatest hits.
Well, there you go. ABBA. Let's see. Now, put Donnie Ives on the poll.
I think it's Donnie Iris is what they're...
Iris?
I think he only had one hit, with all due respect, and I liked it a lot, but I don't think he belongs on there.
The rapper?
Who?
It says he did the rapper. Rap.
This is Donnie Iris's only hit, man.
He had 3 hits. You're wrong.
Oh, sorry.
And not one of them was the rapper. They call him the rapper.
He had 2 other hits besides Aaliyah?
Oh, I see. Aaliyah and Love Is Like a Rock and My Girl, in addition to which none of them made the top 29, 37, and 25. They were all like marginal at best. I mean, the idea that we would put Donnie Iris on there is just... But anyway. Thanks anyway for the suggestion, but the answer is absolutely not.
Carly Simon?
Carly Simon is not in the... James Taylor is in there, but her ex-husband is not. That is outrageous. That is absolutely unacceptable is what it is.
I'm just checking. I don't know if she is or not. I don't see her on
No,
here.
she's not in there. I've got these all pretty much memorized by this point. Paul Simon's in there, and rightfully so. I don't see no Carly Simon.
Nope.
I don't see no Simple Simon. I see the Sugarloaf gang. Bonnie Raitt is in there. Bonnie Raitt. Does that make you want to barf?
Yeah, it does. She makes me want to barf all the time.
Now Joni Mitchell is in there, and I'll be honest with you. Back in the day, in her time, I mean, Joni Mitchell was like...
Doobie-doo-bop jazz. She's a jazz singer.
Well, not just that, but I mean, she was like fairly influential for about 5 minutes,
Okay.
But Big Yellow Taxi is about the only thing she did that I really remember.
That's the only thing that was even a marginal hit.
But Help Me, which I don't remember that.
Oh, I had to play that.
Oh, yes, I do. I do remember that. You Turn Me On, I'm a Radio. Free Man in Paris. Got Till It's Gone. Janet featuring Q-Tip and Joni Mitchell. Oh, Janet featuring Q-Tip. And, well, we really hate her now.
She's branching out.
Samples. Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell from the album The Velvet Rope.
Thank you, Ed in Fort Lauderdale, who wanted us to check and see if Blood, Sweat, and Tears is in there.
Oh, no. Blood, Sweat, and Tears are not in there? They're not.
How can that
Oh, my God.
People suck.
Oh, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think we need like a small fire there, not a big one. Just like a little brush fire outside, like alert these people and wake their ass up. Blood, Sweat, and Tears is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You've got to be schmitting me.
They're not.
Look at that. You made me so very happy, Spinning Wheel, and When I Die.
Right.
David Clayton Thomas. At one point, when they were big, back in the day, there were many people who said, David Clayton Thomas has got the greatest singing voice in the world. Now, I don't go along with that. I think that's a pile.
Right.
But
it was
nevertheless,
good.
He was very good. He was great. He had a great voice. And they were humongous, huge. They were huge. They were bigger than life itself, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And they are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we are really PO'd about it.
I wish I could find a song of theirs to fire off, too.
Spinning Wheel. You must have Spinning Wheel.
I must, but once again, they're not alphabetical.
You want the year?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, gee. Well, let's see. The bread thing, that's
Fire.
disgusting. That's just
Hey, I found
outrageous.
sugar loaf.
Yeah, good. 69, okay? Can I say 60? 60
I'm in the wrong,
I can't say it. 69.
All right.
That's sufficiently ambiguous. 69.
Close enough. I'll find it.
Now, let's see. I'm looking on this thing again. I want to see some of these people that have been getting the hose from the audience. I want to see about Supertramp. If Supertramp isn't getting some votes now, I'm just... you've lost it. You've just lost me, man. You've left me limp.
Yeah, Bob's going to be upset.
Oh, there you go. There's David Clayton Thomas and the Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You made me so very angry. Well, it gets going. It starts out slow. Todd Rundgren's got
this
a
one's
pair.
better.
Who am I looking for? When I die, let's see.
Good song.
Who am I looking for here? The Grassroots still have got only 6. You idiots, you clowns, you silly people, you tone-deaf crowd. That is disgusting. George Thorogood's got 2. That's bad, too. Who am I looking for? Little Eva finally got a pair. Even Bobby Rydell's got 2. What does that tell you about this crowd?
That's sad.
I'm looking for Supertramp. Have they got some votes tonight? Are we embarrassing people, or do they just vanish off the pool? Josh. Where are they?
There?
Oh, they got 6 votes already. They went
good.
from 0 to 6. Let's hear it for Supertramp. What do you say? Huh?
We're back, ready for round 2.
See, I don't clip that off because it'll make people go out and see Magnolia. Rent it, buy it, steal it. And it's one of the great movies of all time, in spite of what George says.
Early morning yesterday, I was up before the dawn.
I think George just has this bias against frogs, is what it is.
That's it. You guessed it.
Have enjoyed my stay, but I must be moving on.
You fairy.
Like a king without a castle, like a queen without a throne.
Oh!
I'm an early morning lover, and I must be moving on. Now I believe in what you say. It's the undisputed truth. But I have to have things my own way to keep me in my youth. Like a ship without an anchor, like a sail without a chain. Just a thought of those sweet ladies that shimmer through my veins. And I will go on shining, shining like brand new. I'll never look behind me, my troubles will be few.
And the best part of this thing is before they start doing the whistling, it goes on forever. You know that?
Good. Well, the whistling ain't until the second time around.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm taking away your name.
Hey, don't be knocking Johnny Rivers, man. He's my hero. I love Johnny Rivers. He the man. Oh, there he goes. That's it. Just a little clip.
Here, I got a segue.
Let's see. In fact, let me look in here. I mean, there was Summer Rain. Huh? I thought we just heard that.
No, you heard the different ones.
Oh.
You heard it when I
The old
got.
spinning. That's spinning the QMVO. Johnny Rivers, Memphis, Maybelline. I mean, granted, Chuck Berry wrote it and did the original, but Maybelline, Mountain of Love, Midnight Special, The Seventh Son. Oh, I love that. Don't you love The Seventh Son? That son of a gun.
Great. Sorry, I was coughing.
Where have all the flowers gone? With all due respect to the Kingston Trio. Under Your Spell Again. Secret Agent Man, like I just got through saying only moments ago. I washed my hands in muddy water. I remember Muddy Water. Poor Side of Town. That was #1 hit, by the way. #1, Poor Side of Town. Baby, I Need Your Lovin', with all respect to the Four Tops. Cover, he did a big hit. Tracks of My Tears, with all due respect to the... he did a lot of covers, you know. Summer Rain. I love Summer Rain. Rockin' Ammonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu. Are you playing the Archies and Sugar Sugar? That's what that sounded like. You idiot. You clown. You maniac. I don't want any response. I don't want to be associated with that. That's George Rodriguez.
You fairy.
Right. Blue Suede Shoes. Help Me, Rhonda.
I cut
Isn't
that
it
off the back
interesting
of
how
the
Johnny
cereal
Rivers
box.
recorded everybody else's music, now that I look at that. Swaying to the music, slow dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Help Me, Rhonda. Brian Wilson did the background vocals on that with Johnny Rivers. Do you know that?
I do now.
What do you do now? See what you're learning today? You're learning stuff, baby. You're learning important stuff. File it away in the recesses of your brain, folks. Very muy importante, as opposed to this hip-hop swill that you're listening to today, because it's got a bunch of four-letter words in it, and it's a bunch of angry rappers that are shooting each other, the West Coast rappers and the East Coast rappers. It's a bunch of crap. You fair. Right.
I don't see these people on there. Maybe you don't think they belong. Deep Purple?
Hush.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Deep Purple doesn't belong on there. I got news for her. I love Deep Purple. Deep Purple does belong.
I was asking, because they're not on there.
They're not on there?
You fairy.
What's wrong with you? Of course they belong on there, Deep Purple. I mean, they're no Buffalo Springfield. And let me say it again. Solomon Burke. I don't even know who that is, Solomon Burke. Do you?
Never heard of him.
In the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. What about Pete Rose? What do you say?
As a performer?
Solomon Burke in the performing category, yes.
What does your book
Solomon
say?
Burke, R&B singer from Philadelphia.
Give me
He never had a top 20 hit. He had a bunch of marginal hits. Just reach out.
What year?
If you need me, goodbye, baby.
What year?
Got to get you off my mind. Tonight's the night. I don't want to give you what year, because then you'll play it. I don't want to hear Solomon Burke. I'll give you another good one that belongs in there, who I'm sure is not, and I'm going to be, and you won't even know who this is. You might. Oh, you talk about making one record that was like huge, giant, bigger than the planet, bigger than the universe.
Morris Albert.
No. Morris Albert. Right. Let me just look him up, okay?
All right.
Oh, yeah, there's always Hugo and Luigi.
Give me a hint. I love these games.
No. Here he is. You wouldn't know. You never would know. I'll give you. Born 10-10-14 in Kirbyville, Texas.
Oh, come on.
Died of cancer at age 60, 11/8/74. R&B singer, songwriter, and pianist. Look this one up. December 1st, 56.
I don't got 56.
It was his. Oh, come on.
I got 60 plus.
What about Brian Hyland and Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Puckered Out Bikini? You can't get any bigger than that. Ivory Joe Hunter and Since I Met You, Baby. No, get out of here.
What are the odds?
Where did you get that so fast?
At my fingertips. You realize that I was looking at it while you were reading it off?
Well, Brian Hyland, just stop that. Kill that. He had a couple of pretty good records. Sealed with a Kiss, remember that?
I thought that was...
And Gypsy Woman?
Sealed with a Kiss was him?
Yes. It was number 3. And also
Gypsy
Woman was number 3.
Bobby Vinton.
Guess who? Get out of here. Bobby Vinton, man. The Polish Prince. Go away.
Sealed with a Kiss, I'm telling you.
He also did that, but the big hit was by Brian Hyland, okay?
Okay.
And Gypsy Woman, produced by Del Shannon. Boy, I'm learning so much here today, it's disgusting. I'm going to start taking notes. 12 minutes after 1 at 560.
You fairy.
WQAM. Let me tell you, if your hair is falling out, guys, there's something you can do about it. Well, there are many things you can do, because now everybody and their brother is peddling you some kind of a grow back your hair remedy or some kind of a mousy-looking piece or drilling the holes in your head. The only smart way to go is Charles Alfieri's natural hairline system. For over 30 years now, Charlie's been helping guys look their best with that natural hairline system that looks like the real thing, like the hairs were growing right out of your scalp, as opposed to you-know-what, as opposed to a bed of straw, a barnyard animal, all those other grotesque things that seem like they fell out of the sky right on your head. And you have nothing to lose but your ugly bald spot, because here's the way Charles Alfieri's deal works. He tries hair system for 30 days, for about a month, and after a month, if you're not getting clawed at and pawed at and tattooed and whatever rhymes with it, if you don't love the way it looks and feels and smells, return it for a full refund. Make the call today. Tell Charlie you heard about here on the Neil Rogers Show and get you your special WQAM $200 discount off the already low $800 price of the best in the world natural hairline system. Don't forget, give Charlie a call. He'll bring you in for a free consultation, sit your ass down and show you how much better and younger he can make you guys look. 1-800-321-2413. That's the number to call. 1-800-321-2413 or on the wicked web. It's CharlesAlfieri.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Stop us at night! He's really rocking in a rocking chair, an out the cracker, a multi-millionaire who's been rocking. So why should anyone care if Clark had a stroke? A happy white guy with fried shiny teeth who took payola like common meat. They let him go, but instead of Alan Freed, Clark had a stroke. He's the oldest teenage icon of radio who had a stroke. He's a wealthy miserly miser, Clark had a stroke. He must have had to pick the checkup for dinner and he had a stroke. Now that's why he sounds just like Terry Schreiber. It may be dying, but he will never leave. They're gonna ice him like the freezer meat and then revive him just for New Year's Eve. Clark had a stroke. You know, he might just go back to close to purity. Stars like Joanne or Lee, Michael Tinklage. All of a sudden, I took out the album, London, Clark had a stroke.
Okay, 119. Let's see. Long facts here from Jim and Pembroke Pines about Rush. Well, Rush is moving. They're rushing up the list. They're number 3rd place and they're zooming up. But then he also says that she think Kansas ought to be in there for their musical talent. Kansas is on our poll, right? They got 6 votes.
Correct.
By the way, please get Frank Zappa on the poll. Can't do it because he's already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Also, it says David Bowie. Now, how come David Bowie's not on here?
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think he's not. Oh, yes, he is. He's in there. So please get them in there. Sorry, Jim, but 2 for 2. You is Donovan in the Hall of Fame? Gee, I sure hope not.
Not.
Donovan. Are we going to nominate Donovan?
No.
Boy, just because it's St. Patty's Day tomorrow, don't get too carried away, please. Okay? Donovan.
I thought you liked Donovan.
Well, based on what?
I don't know.
Gay. Yeah, because...
You fairy.
You're a lunatic. Oh, no! Quit with the crap. We're going to have the leprechaun come in to steal your condoms. Look at this. Look at this group of people who are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is a crime. There are people on death row for lesser crimes. The Moody freaking Blues are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I say we tear down the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Build a new,
I say brick
one.
by brick, we need to put that thing, and we'll put it in like a better place as opposed to like Cleveland. Let's put it in Buffalo. Well, Buffalo ain't much better than anything else but Cleveland. Let's put it in Schenectady. What do you say? Let's put it in Irondequoit, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let's put it in Scarborough, the Moody Blues. You got that, Josh?
We got it.
A disgrace, a cancer on the music industry, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Steppenwolf is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You ready for that?
I'm just no.
Or John Cougar Mellencamp.
He might be too new, although I think
don't think so.
He might be 80.
Don't think so. Let me take a look at John Cougar Mellenballs, as Jeff Gonzo used to call him.
John Booger.
On that horrible, horrible show. Gonzo's Grill. Remember that on Zeta? Gonzo's Grill.
Yeah, I remember.
Seldom, Jeff Gonzo's. There been a worse pot of swill than Gonzo's Grill. Let's see. Who am I looking for? Clyde McFadder better be in there. He is. Boy, I'd be really upset if Clyde McFadder weren't in there. See, all the people from that era, most of them didn't get overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. John Mellencamp. Here's John Cougar Mellencamp. First hit, 79. He's in it.
Moonlight Feels Right?
No. I Need a Lover.
Oh, okay, that's right.
This Time, Ain't Even Done with the Night. Hurt So Good was 82. Jack and Diane. Jack and Diane was number 1 for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Boy, look at the list of stuff, man. Lonely Old Night, Small Town, Rockin' the USA, Rain on the Scarecrow, Rumble Seat, Paper and Fire, Cherry Bomb, Check It Out, Pop Singer, Get a Leg Up, Get a Leg Down, Again Tonight, Wild Night. Wild Night was big, and that's about it. And Key West Intermezzo.
Okay.
John Cougar Mellencamp, you got him?
We got him.
Good. Moody Blues and Steppenwolf. I mean, seriously, this is really a disaster. I understand they can't put everybody in the world on there, although, quite frankly, is there like a limit on it?
Well, they got a lot of swill on here. They could make room for some of these good people.
Okay, now let's see. What about Yes or Van Halen? Van Halen's number 1 on our poll, and Yes is also on the poll. What about, now let me see, they've got to be on here. They're on there. Pink Floyd's on there.
Mm-hmm.
Pink Floyd's in the Hall of Fame. I bet your Kraftwerk never gets in. I bet you're right.
Yeah, they'll never get in.
Sure, they never had any hits, but they influenced all sorts of people, says Keith and Boca. You're right. Kraftwerk, which we like a lot, but we're going to put it on our poll.
Much ripped off.
What?
Much sampled, much ripped off. Kraftwerk.
You fairy.
Van Halen continues hanging on tenaciously, baby. They will not let go. They won't let go. What group or artist should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? It is not. And again, if their first recording was released 25 years ago or more, they qualify. Van Halen 102, Chicago 91. If Terry Katz just wouldn't have pulled the trigger, they'd be on top. Damn it, Terry, I told you not to do it. Rush 63, they're rushing up the list. They love Rush. That's because they're from Toronto, eh? Three Dog Night 50, but then again, so is Celine Dion. Now, she didn't from. Where the hell is she from? Well, let me find out. I know she's Canadian, but let's just pray she's not from anywhere around here.
So she's from one of the froggy places.
From Quebec,
like
eh?
Quebec.
I only can pray. Let's see. She was born in Charlemagne, Quebec, Canada. All right. A frog. There you go. Figures. It figures. Take a puke at her, huh? Can she sing?
No.
Does she look good?
No.
Do we hit her like poison?
Yes.
Even here they despise her, by the way. I should point that out to you real quickly.
Good.
Don't be confused that the Canadian people are Buffalo Springfield in by her. Three Dog Night 50, Leonard Skinner 45. I like Leonard Skinner a lot, but less only because, like when I used to go to the hockey games in Tampa. Every sporting event in Tampa, it's like it is like what Gary Glitter is to sporting events everywhere else is Leonard Skinner in the Deep South.
You got to know where you are, boy.
Oh man,
Leonard Skinner's our
Sweet
band.
Home Alabama, and they're all them rednecks and all them Schmidt kickers, man. They're just having a field day.
Yeah.
Guess Who 41, Jim Croce 36, highly underrated, a great talent.
Since you're talking about it.
Cars 27, Yes 25, ELO's only got 15. Well, what's wrong with these people? Are they communists or what? Huh?
This town needs an enemy.
Steve Winwood 14, the Village People 13, the Spinners 13. Only 13 for the Spinners. Del Vikings 13. Blondie 12. Sonny and Cher 12. Johnny Rivers 11. The Monkees 10. Dave Clark 5's got 10. The 5 and 10. Remember the 5 and dime?
No.
Linda, you don't?
No.
Woolworths, Neisner's 5 and dime? Before your time.
Woolworths.
Linda Ronstadt 9. Grand Funk Railroad 9. George Michael, she's got 8. Jan and Dean 8. Supertramp only 7. Only 7 for Supertramp. Oh my God, I'm going to fall on the floor and just laugh so hard till my kishkis fall out. Boston 7, and Ronette 7. Steve Miller's got 6. Kansas 6. Jay and the Americans has got only 6. Jay and the Americans only 6. Oh my God! I bet you Mitch Wayne is having a nervous breakdown over that. Or maybe it's Muff who's having a nervous breakdown. Hey Muff,
You fairy.
The Venture 6, Procol Harum 6. Grassroots have only got 6 votes. Do I dare? I haven't done this, you know.
Do what?
And let me give you the ones that have got none. War's got 4. 4 for War. Not to bore the audience. Here are the ones that don't have any votes yet.
Okay.
The music you're playing is so low. It sounds
so that
like
you can talk over it. I don't want to drown you out.
Oh, yeah, but it's so low I can't hear it. Oh, Rubber Band Man by the Spinners.
Yeah.
John Cougar Mellencamp, Steppenwolf, Deep Purple, Carly Simon, Rare Earth, The Hollies. Oh, jeez. Harry Chapin, Kenny Loggins, Johnny Walker in the All-Star, Junior Walker, Johnny Walker. Hall Notes, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Helen Reddy, and Edison Lighthouse all have got none. Out of almost just under 800 votes. Well, what's there to say? Is there anything I can say? No. We are where we are, man. We are where we are. That's all I can tell you. Even Josh Cordes hangs his head in shame and disgrace. Don't you?
How about that? He hangs his head all the time.
You fairy.
I think sometime today I'm going to watch Glenn Ross again. I know I've seen it 1,000 times, including just a few days ago. But
you fairy.
It's just so good, you know.
And by the way, I'm going to buy it so that
Go to lunch, George. Go to lunch.
Josh never saw it.
Will you go to lunch?
No.
You won't watch it?
No, he's never seen it. He will.
Oh, I see.
Get the chalk. Hey, get the chalk. Get the.
We can't play the rest of that.
No.
If you watch it, you'll understand why. Love that Jack Lemmon, man. It's 27 after 1 at 560 WQAM. Even after all these years that I've been raving and screaming about Dial-A Mattress and use them in my homes, some of you people still think it's a little strange to buy a bed over the phone with a phone call. Guess what? It's the smart way. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, the number for Dial-A Mattress, you'll find out they've got the most liberal exchange policy, so there is positively no risk. Did you know that 1-800-Mattress has got more repeat customers than anybody else in the universe? And once you try it, you'll understand why. You'll never go back to a department store or showroom again. You'll get no nonsense, no runarounds, no showroom shenanigans, just factory direct prices on the best goods, the best brands you know, trust, and love. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you'll be calling the company ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction. All the names in mattresses that you've ever heard and rave about. Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Bananas Foster, they've got them all. And now Dial a Mattress offers no payments or interest till 2006. How can you beat that? Call Dial a Mattress today. Get all the details. 1-800-Mattress. And you'll find out why I've been using them for years and years. Even Mo and Jorge and Miguel and Fat Boy. All the smart folks at QAM and some who aren't too bright. Call 1-800-Mattress right now or log on to their website, mattress.com, for a great night's sleep for years to come. 1-800-MATTRES.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do. Hey, good to see you, Rusty. Say hi to Judge Welter for me. Hey, folks, it's great to be here at the Santa Maria Courthouse. Hello, jurors. Hey, I've got good news and bad news. Yeah, the good news is you don't have to go to work today. Of course, the bad news is you're Michael Jackson's peers. No, I feel for Michael Jackson. No, I really do. I mean, I wouldn't want my future in the hands of 12 people who weren't even smart enough to get out of jury duty for... Hello! Hey, look over there. It's Michael's attorney, Thomas Mesereau Jr. Hey, by the way, Thomas, Edgar Winter called. Yeah, he wants his hair back. I know. He's got a tough job. I mean, it's got to be tough to defend Michael Jackson, right? I mean, seeing as how the only person who thinks he's innocent is Geraldo. Hey, stick around. We got a great trial coming up, and after the break, believe it or not, the Dancing Edos. Oh, wait. Oh, wrong trial of the century. We'll be back after this, folks.
I got a great idea. Let's a little work here for Josh or Eric, but certainly Josh could probably handle it. What we ought to do is put up the list of the people who did get in, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That shouldn't be too difficult, right?
No, I'll scan it.
You'll scan it?
Fax it to Eric right now.
Like
You're
I said,
faxing them right now. And, well, it's going to have to be put together a little bit better. The one you sent me is like taped together.
Right,
I'm going to give you a name right now that you are going to absolutely slide off the edge of the chair onto the floor. You are not going to believe this.
Oh, wait, let me put my pants back on, so.
Please.
All right.
Trust me when I tell you. Now, when you think of this person, you immediately think,
you fairy.
Although he is married with a whole bunch of children. Let me give you some clues, okay? Well, you know who it is by now.
Mel
anyway.
Gibson.
Close. Born March 13th, 1939 in Brooklyn, New York. Pop singer, songwriter, pianist. Prolific songwriting partnership with Howard Greenfield.
Paul Anka.
No. Wait a minute. As a matter of fact, is Paul Anka in? No.
I don't know.
Well, there you go. Is there a record bigger than Diana? That's bigger than life itself, right?
He had a million hits, right?
Diana. Paul Anka, the man with the canker. Canadian boy, too, by the way of the Middle East somewhere. Where the hell was he from? Take a puke at it.
I don't know, but that's not who you're thinking of.
He was born in Ottawa. He wrote She's a Lady for Tom Jones. He wrote the lyrics to My Way for Sinatra. Also the theme for The Tonight Show. Ready for that?
Okay, I give up.
Diana, You Are My Destiny,
Oh, you're talking
Lonely
about Paul
Boy,
Anka,
Paul Anka, bigger than life itself. Not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Shame, but wait till you hear this one.
Okay.
Getting back to.
You fairy.
More hints. I like to guess.
Shall I read you the names of some of the hits?
Okay.
The Diary, Oh Carol, Calendar Girl,
Neil Sedaka.
Happy Birthday, Sweet 16.
Neil Sedaka.
There you go. Breaking Up is Hard to Do, #1 for 2 weeks. Laughter in the Rain was #1. Bad Blood, #1 3 weeks. Backup vocal by Elton John. Breaking Up is Hard to Do, re-released again.
By the way, I liked a lot of his songs, but how could he not be gay?
You fairy.
Hey, I saw him again recently on something. He's probably the most effeminate human being I've ever seen. He's got a wife and a whole bunch of kids. He's just one of those effeminate guys, that's all. Not all effeminate guys are gay. Although in his case, maybe he likes to spread it around.
I saw an interview with him, and he's got a great sense of humor, but boy, arm flapping, arm waving.
Exactly. That's Neil Sedaka. Yeah.
You fairy.
Right. Anyway, aren't you just amazed?
I am shocked and dismayed.
Because all of the people from that 50s era, like, Elvis, of course, and Fats Domino, and Bill Haley, all of these people were in it, Buddy Holly, none of those people could possibly be overlooked. It would have been just disgraceful.
Correct.
And now, Neil Sedaka, who not only sang, but wrote some of the biggest hits, Neil Sedaka gets looked over. Oh, my God. Hey, Neil.
You fairy.
Sedaka.
Right.
Let's see. Joe in Fort Lauderdale says, please, and by the way, the Sex Pistols are not going to be in there because they didn't have any hits. They were an influence, big,
right?
But, and especially on Gunplay. But
maybe someday, in 100 years. Who knows?
Right. Joe says, Cheap Trick. These bands are still out there playing over 100 shows a year. Cheap Trick and Blue Oyster Cult. What do you say?
I'd have to check the date on Cheap Trick. It might be right around 80.
Think?
It's going to be close. I mean, 78 to 8, I don't know. Blue Oyster Cult, certainly.
Okay, get him on there right away. The chiffons. I'm not going to argue for that because you're going to say no.
No, whatever. Either way, I don't care.
Oh, wait a
They're not
minute.
gonna
Wait a
get 3
minute.
votes.
Oh, my God.
What?
Who am I looking for? Cheap Trick 79. They qualify. Cheap Trick.
Okay, Cheap Trick.
I got one now that makes Neil Sedaka, Chicago, Foreigner, all the others pale into insignificance. You are going to sit down on the floor, put your head in your hands, and cry for 100 hours. He was mentioned on the show today one time in passing, one of his songs. A man who is so related to rock and roll, and he's not in there. So, I mean, I can't believe it.
I'm waiting.
Let me give you the rundown. Let me look again to make sure he's not in here. He's
Right.
got to be on here.
Double check.
He's not on here. Let me look on this page. Let me look on that page. Let me look on Patty page. Everywhere. He's not on here. Okay. Born Ernest Evans on October 3rd, 1941 in Andrews, South Carolina. Raised in Philadelphia. Did impersonations of famous singers. First recorded for Parkway in 1959. Dick Clark's then-wife Bobby suggested that Evans change his name to
Bobby Darin.
Chubby Checker.
Oh, no. How could Chubby Checker not be in it?
Bobby Darin's in it. Chubby Checker due to his resemblance to a teenage Fats Domino. Cover version of Hank Ballard's The Twist started worldwide dance craze. On 4/12/64, he married Miss World 62. Dutch-born Katharina Ladders, Laddie Lowe, written for her. In the movies, Don't Knock the Twist and Twist Around the Clock. I mean, Chubby Checker not being in the Music Rock and Roll Hall of Fame would be like Babe Ruth not being in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Here we go. How many times did they release this? 1 million.
Right.
I don't want to step on it, I want to say.
About 30, man.
Number 1 in 1960. Again in 61, they re-released it over a year later. It was number 1 for 2 more weeks.
Don't
Don't
forget
forget
a story about him yesterday.
The Limbo Rock, Popeye, Let's Twist Again, The Fly, Pony Time was number 1 for 3 weeks. What can we tell it on the air?
The story? Well,
Slow Twistin'.
who was it? Hank Ballard that did the original? We decided.
Right.
It was Dick Clark who said that Hank Ballard was just way too dark.
Oh!
And wanted somebody that was a little more
right.
high-toned.
That sure fits in with that Bowling for Columbine thing. Michael Moore was right about Dick Clark. No wonder he had that second stroke. No wonder he's going, Frankie Avila, like that.
That's why they gave Pat Boone all those songs to record.
Right, no, that's true. That's absolutely true, because Pat Boone, he sang like some of the supposed soul songs, but he was white. See, so it was okay. Like Tutti Frutti, for example.
Right.
They were marketing Pat Boone's Tutti Frutti to the white folks who wouldn't buy Little Richard Tutti Frutti, because Little Richard was a little too fruity.
You fairy.
Right.
But rock and roll and drugs made him gay. Just remember that.
Chubby Checker, have you got that down?
Got him down.
I mean, what are these people thinking about in every possible way in terms of the innovation? I mean, granted, he didn't write the song. He ripped it off from Hank Ballard, but nevertheless, he's the one who popularized the whole thing.
Sure.
They even made a documentary about the Twist. They showed out on some of these cornball, like the drive-in movie channel I got.
Right.
Just unbelievable. See, leave it to our show to uncover the scandal of the century, man. Unacceptable crap. And of course, it figures they'd stick it in Cleveland.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Rogers got.
Hello, Jenny. I just lost 15 pounds. Just 75 to go. Kirstie Alley. How'd you know it was me? Did you call ID? Better put that fettuccine down. And it went rollatini and lasagna. Kirstie Alley, baby. When am I getting my desserts? Doing Jenny Craig, 'cause you're big and round. I like to consider myself pleasantly plump. You're still pretty in your late riot shirt. Hell, you're damn sexy in your triple X big hoop skirt. It's actually not a hoop skirt. It's form-fitting. Sexy, isn't it? All she wants to do is have a hit TV show. Go, Kirstie, go. Fettuccine. Better stop eating all that raw cookie dough. Go, Kirstie, go. Cookie dough. Bet you'd make a giant angel out in the snow. Go, Kirstie.
Rectum.
You're still pretty, girl, and you got that all over sexy glow.
Oh, yeah, she really glows. It's 147 at 560 in the dark. It's the green. That purple outfit. Anyway, we got some good news today. The judge formally sentenced Scott Peterson to death. Oh! All right, let's hear it.
All right.
Slimeball. Anyway, now see, if I would have read this story from Barry Jackass on here earlier, we wouldn't have had to ask those questions, but at least it created a little bit of suspense. The Dolphins entered a new broadcast area yesterday, moving their games from WQAM to Sports Talk 790, The Ticket, for at least the next 2 seasons, and preparing for a future that won't include WQAM's Howard David and Jim Mandich. You can assume there will be new announcers, said Joe Bailey, CEO of Dolphins Enterprises. Sports Talk 790 does not want announcers who host talk shows for QAM. I can't even read this. Mandich earlier rejected an offer to do a talk show for 790, which never made an offer to David. Barry Jackass, by the way, doesn't have a disclaimer today that the Herald has a working association with 790 The Ticket, even though it's not a conflict of interest and we don't believe it. Barry? It's a sad day, said Mandich, who must be paid off the final 2 years of his Dolphins contract for not working.
All right.
It was 13 years of great enjoyment, the Mad Dog said. David, who replaced Bill Zimper after the 2001 season, is expected to announce college and NFL games for Sports USA Radio Network. I'm disappointed a more forthright approach was not taken by everyone involved, Mo Howard David said. What do you expect, Mo? You ain't been around this joint long enough to figure that out? Although the search for announcers is in the very early stages, the team is believed to have interest in ex-Dolphins and 790 talk show hosts Joe Rose and Jimmy Syphilis for the analyst job. Rose, who works for NBC6, said he couldn't do the job because of time constraints. Syphilis, who works for Channel 10, is interested. He wants it. He wants it. You know Jimmy Syphilis?
Not personally, no.
You don't know?
You fairy.
For play-by-play, the Dolphins are expected to consider former Marlins announcer Boog Shambi as a talk show for 790, and several out-of-market candidates. 2 well-regarded NFL announcers recently were dropped by their teams, Mark Champion of Detroit and Bill Rosinski of Carolina. The team in 790 will collaborate on the announcer hires, Bailey said. Also, 790 agreed to carry 1 hour of Dolphins programming daily. The time and host of the show have not been determined. Coach Nick Saban will do a weekly coaches show on 790, and likely another show on TV, too. That's the same Nick Saban that told Joe Rose yesterday morning, I got a spy report on that. You're only supposed to say nice things about us. You're one of us now, Joe. Only say nice things about the Dolphins. How do you like that, Nick Saban?
You fairy.
Right. So now they're going to have to, buckle under, you know? The deal doesn't preclude Saban or players from appearing on other radio stations, Bailey said. Dolphins games also be carried on a yet-to-be-determined FM station. WQAM, which had brought... Here comes the most important part of the whole deal. WQAM, we knew this, which had been broadcasting Dolphins games since 1997, has said it was losing money on the deal. And, of course, that happens to be...
Absolutely correct, sir.
Especially last season when they couldn't sell $1 a holler on that stuff because, of course, when they started out like 0-85, it wasn't too promising, and nobody, I mean nobody, wanted on board that crap, right? On the sinking ship?
Nope.
So there you go. There's the answer. Mo is going to be doing evidently. I'm sure I'll leave it to him to say the details. Sports USA Radio Network. And then Hector faxes in here and says, as an old fart, good for you, Hector. You and me both, baby. There's nothing like an old fart. At least we're survivors. He says, I remember the following groups as being pretty good. Rare Earth. Did we mention Rare Earth?
I don't know if we mentioned them. Are they on the...
Yeah, we did. They're not in there.
Hall of Fame?
The Kinks. Kinks are in there. And Manfred Mann. Do-Wah Diddy. Now,
Right.
Manfred Mann wouldn't be in there. No. I don't think so. Are they in the Hall of Fame? Yes, the Kinks are, and the other 2 are not. Now, here's another fact regarding the Monkees. It says, did you know? Get ready. Get ready.
I hate the live version. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I hate live versions of anything. There are very few live versions of any song that really are, preferable to the studio recorded one, the original.
We agree completely.
Right. Trivia, it says. Oh, we don't do trivia, but I'll do it anyway. When 3 of the original Monkees tried to regroup and tour in the late 70s and 80s, the 4th, Michael Naismith, refused to join the group due to the substantial income generated from his mother inventing and selling the rights for liquid paper correction fluid to the 3M company.
I knew that.
You knew that?
Yes, I did.
Michael Naismith's mother invented liquid paper?
She was a secretary who was tired of making the corrections the old-fashioned way and invented the solution, which went on to become liquid paper.
Oh, my God.
Also, the song Sugar Sugar was originally offered to the Monkees, but they refused to do it. Good for them. I have more respect for them now. This led to a huge argument that ultimately resulted in the firing of Don Kirshner as the show's musical supervisor. Nonetheless, Sugar Sugar became a huge hit in 1969 for Kirshner's later creation, the Archies, which, of course, was a non-group. Kind of like the people at the Herald there that sit around and decide what's going to happen in South Florida, the non-group.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Didn't we already take the last break?
Sounded like it to me.
We did?
Yeah.
We took the last break?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Over, we did.
The break at 1:52? What are you talking about, mister? No, we
played
did
those
not.
spots. I'm telling you, we took the break.
What time was this? Am I losing it? Am I hallucinating?
Well, it's possible we're having so much fun today. Did we skip a break somewhere?
I guess we did. Okay, here we go.
Absolutely.
Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive. Ride, the holy roller around. The only roller coaster that never goes down. Riding Armageddon where the hand of God reaches through the clouds to rip all your clothes off. Bang, 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 shooting right through the Jews. Bang, 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 abortion doctors too. Take and make you dogs are fun to eat, while getting fondled by a cartoon character breed.
Our Father that art in heaven, help us answer all voices in our head. We got our Nikes on, we're waving our snakes for Armageddon to come to take us away.
March in a bush Nazi parade. Cool up with it, the great Diana Kool-Aid. Ignorant dicks who wanna get their kicks. Wait with the fun and fundamentalist. Pray to the Lord to forgive you with your choice of fleshly appointed views. Head on down to the revival show. Distort the Billy heroin, drink and blow. Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die. Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive.
What about Freddie Boom Boom Cannon? No, sorry, just a joke. Hey, listen, he's certainly got a better shot than some of these people. Okay, here's what we got, 885 votes. What group or artist should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame but ain't? Van Halen, 114. Chicago, 101. Rush, 76. They're rushing up the ladder. Three Dog Night, 51. Leonard Skinner, 46. Guess Who, 41. Jim Croce, 36. The Cars, 29. Yes, 27. ELO, 16. Stevie Winwood, 14. And I'll only do the double digits. Johnny Rivers, 14. Monkeys, 13. Village People, 13. The Spinners, 13. Del Vikings, 13. Blondie, a dozen. Sonny and Cher, 12. Supertramp, 11. Linda Ronstadt, 10. Dave Clark, 5. 10.
Bye, bye, bye.
15.